What's up? Hi, everybody. Mike was jamming out. He wasn't ready for the stream to start.
Oh yeah, I was like, oh man, yeah. I mean, I always like that intro, but I was like, yeah, I'm just like, okay, we're hearing it from the back end. We're kind of just grooving with it right now.
Front row seat.
Yeah, it's pretty special.
Yes. No, I like that intro. I think it's funny. So I like to start the stream funny. But anyways, thank you for being here, Mike. How are you doing? How was your Saturday night?
Thank you for having me. It's been good. I don't get a lot of time to like chill. I'm always doing something or working on some little thing. There's always something to go do. Today I slept in and then I got up and was like, wow, what a nice, beautiful day today. And then I woke up 4 hours later because I had taken a nap and I didn't remember taking a nap. So it's actually been a really good day. I've actually been catching up on sleep and just chilling for a second. And that's really nice actually. And I was very excited to come on here and hang out. I'm always honored to get invited to somebody's show because, I'm just a guy on the internet that screams at people. So
everyone loves it though. Like Mario Kart would not be the same without you. It would be way too quiet.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. Well, somebody was like, Jeremy said, he's like, we had a good time the last time you weren't here. And I'm like, yeah, but you guys were being nice to each other. That's kind of a problem because the chat doesn't seem to like it. So
they like it when you're mean.
So they like it when you're screaming at each other.
Wow. Like, thanks. What's up, chat? I see you guys in there. What's up, Azure, Hokies, Americus? How's everyone doing? Corey, I see you guys. Way more blues. Charlie. Thank you, Tara, for the $2. Showing a bit of love. Wicked kiss. Oh yeah, my wicked kiss. Thank you. And also Tara, thank you for sending me my new mic stand. Or the arm. Yeah, it's so nice. You can't see it. It's even LED and it's got this cute little purple light I have on right now. You can maybe see it illuminating off me now. You can't see it, but it's great. Thank you so much, Tara. I really appreciate it. I had issues. I had this Shure mic and it's so heavy and I had this big boom on it and I had to like tie it up on my old arm because it wasn't strong enough. So I had to like tie it up so that it wasn't flopping down like that. And it's just so nice. And I could do this. It's so great.
Yeah, well, welcome. Yeah, I have this one. It also has a light on it. I don't turn it on because it's annoying. I used to just have a mic stand right in front of me and I could just move it around. And then when I first got my arm, I had it sitting over my laptop. And it was terrifying because one time the arm did break and it swung and it almost landed right on my laptop screen. And I was like,
oh no.
Yeah. So now it's over here on the other side of the room, very far away from everything that could break it. It could break because my mic is very heavy. So
yeah, it looks similar to mine. They're heavy. And this is an epic Wicked World podcast. It sure is, Roto. How's everyone doing? What's up, Hassan? Did you get? Oh yes, and he sent me a blender, a really nice blender. Thank you, Tara. Nice. I'm gonna use that for some smoothies tomorrow. Yeah, nice. I just got it. Thank you.
That's
but
awesome.
we have a lot to talk about. But first, we'll hop into. I want to ask a couple questions to Mike, just the basic ones I ask first time guests. What got you into this internet life? Creating content, YouTube, Twitch. What do you got going on? And whatever you're doing. How did you get here?
So I've been kind of involved with Geeks Gamers for I don't know, since they were just a Facebook group. So that's kind of how I got started. Josiah's been part of them since the very beginning, and he was like, yo, I found this really cool Facebook group, and the guy that's running is running his mouth about Batman versus Superman, so you should get in there and argue with him. And So that's kind of how I got introduced. Was I started a huge argument with Jeremy, and we were going back and forth in the comments. This is back when you still couldn't swear in the group. Like,
Okay.
imagine Jeremy arguing with people and he can't swear at anybody, and I couldn't swear at him. Um, but that's kind of how we got started, and then eventually, just over time, just me and Josiah have been friends for a long time. They brought me onto a gaming stream because I was pretty good at Call of Duty, so we were playing that. And then I was like, man, I kind of dig this internet life, and also I can talk a lot. And one day I looked at my poor wife as she was listening to me go on a rant, and I said, I gotta do something about this because I can't. You can't be the only one listening to this all the time. So I was like, I'm just gonna try to get on Twitch or YouTube and start yelling at people on that app instead. That way, you don't have to constantly listen to all my rants raving. So it was partially to save my marriage, and it was partially just out of interest.
I needed
Yeah,
the internet to save that's a first for that. I needed the internet to save my marriage.
and I was you poor thing. You can't listen to me go off on about this again. And she's just like sitting there. She's like, I mean, it's okay, but it would be nice if you had other people to talk to about your problems. And I'm like,
You need some friends to yell with.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Well,
What's
yeah,
up,
that's
Demogeni?
cool. What's
Yeah,
up, Dimajane?
yeah. So that's kind of how I got started. But I've been just doing random stuff. I started on Twitch mostly, and then I'm on tons of different streams throughout the week, mostly with geeks and gamers. But yeah, I've kind of just been enjoying it. I actually recently moved over to Kick. I'm gonna be starting there soon. And then I'm working on some YouTube stuff behind the scenes that I'll be unveiling. And then also
Ooh.
some Epic Verse stuff, which I'm sure we'll get into that. So
Yeah, you know what? Let me see. I'm gonna drop there's a Epic Verse website, right?
there is an Epic Verse website.
I
Right
didn't know
now it's
that.
kind of a
Oh, there it is.
yeah, it's kind of a placeholder website. People are like, when are you gonna update it? Well, we're working on a bigger and better website right now, but it's better to get the website now than to wait until you've launched to go, hey, let's grab that web domain and you don't have it. So yeah.
There it is, guys. I didn't put that in I'll fix the description for the later
Oh,
viewers, but there it is right there. Make sure you get on that website. Okay, what's up? Disparu?
disprove.
Yeah, Mike, make more videos.
I
Disparu wants to
know.
get angry with you.
He yells at me a lot about that. He's like, "Why aren't you making videos?" So I'm like, "I know,
Yeah,
man. I know."
noticed that. I'm like, well, Mike's not very active over on the YouTube, so I'm like, all right.
Mm-mm. I made 2
I
videos yelling about Rings of Power, and then the last time I tried to make a video, I recorded the whole thing, and my mic was muted the whole time. The second time I went to record the same video, I forgot to hit record, and then the third
Oh,
time, halfway through the video, something went wrong and my video recording software shut down, and I said I'm never making another video again. I
he's like,
gave up.
I'm done. Yeah,
I'm
no,
done with
that
this YouTube life. Yeah.
the first time I went live, well, actually it was so I years ago I started Twitch and then I ended up just I wasn't feeling it, so I stopped for a bit, but then I came back as Wicked Virtue, and that's been a few years now. But the first time I came back as Wicked Virtue on Twitch, my first stream was muted and I didn't know. But luckily someone came in almost right away and he's still the MVP. He still hangs out, like he comes over on YouTube now too. And he was like, "You're muted." Like he just came across me somehow and I'm like, "Oh my
Nice.
god, thank you. You saved me. I would have been muted the entire time." Cuz now I have, I have the software that shows, when your mic's moving and it
Oh
lets you
yeah.
know, like, especially when you're live on, like, well, I do Kick more now, but,
Yeah.
it shows. Like, here, I can't see unless I have it's just your picture and you see it, like, moving, so
Oh yeah.
but the chat lets me know. But, yeah, that
That's really
sucks.
helpful.
I
Yeah.
would've been done too. I'd be like, "Listen, I'm just done. After
I know.
2 tries, I'm over it."
Yeah, to try. I'm like, I'm never doing this again. Also, I will have to shout out Disbrew because he was actually my very first stream was a
Mm.
nightmare. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna stream with Disbrew and with Lethal actually. And it's like 10 minutes before our stream goes live, and I go, hey man, and they're like, hey, what's up, buddy? And I was like, listen, I don't know what I'm doing. I need help. And they're like,
Aw.
why didn't you just say something beforehand and we could have helped you? I was like, because we have to do the stream now because I said it was happening now. So they literally like got my OBS and everything all set up behind the scenes before going live. So my very first like live stream was just because Disbrew and Lethal walked me through how to do it.
Yeah, they're the
Yeah,
tech guys. Disparu is
yeah,
really good. I actually had Lethal help me because I switched over. So when I originally started streaming on Twitch, I used OBS, and then somebody convinced me to freaking do Streamlabs, and I'm so mad that I did that. But I ended up doing Streamlabs, and then OBS like updated.
yep.
Um, So I didn't know how to use that, and for some reason, just my settings weren't working, and it was like
Yeah.
1 a.m. and I get on a video call or like a StreamYards call with Lethal and Mazda trying to fix my OBS, and it was actually a funny video because we were recording it to see if we could hear everybody, and
Yeah.
we were just like babbling, and they were saying stupid Australian things like butt skank and stuff like that, and it was really funny. It was like 1 a.m. But yeah, they fixed it. So
Yeah.
people are shocked. They're like, Mazda did the thing. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah. Well, he's not
Labs is
completely
here.
incompetent. He knows how to do some of the things, or else he'd never be able to stream. Yeah. Yeah.
True. That's
Nothing.
true.
No, the only thing I had working was my mic because it was plugged into my laptop. That's it. That was the only thing I had set up. Yeah, it was. He was just this was like, why didn't you just ask us beforehand? I was like, I don't know. I'm panicking, bro. So
I'm panicking. Get over here.
yeah.
I don't know if you want to read this one, Mike. It's for you.
Oh boy,
Maybe do
Rocky
it
the
in your
Black
wrestling,
Dragon.
in your Macho
Yeah,
Man voice
to
if you
quote
can.
the late great wrestling legend, Hall of Famer Macho Man Randy Savage. No one can handle Epic Mike, the cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
You
Yeah.
did that better than Macho Man.
Oh, thank you. The cream rises to the top. I do
Thanks,
have
Blabs.
ears,
I
by the
wasn't
way.
sure. I
Yeah,
wasn't
they do
sure. Thank you for letting me
exist,
know.
but I protect them. They're very, very, very protected.
Everyone,
Um,
I need proof now. Look what Blab
I
started.
know, right? I actually got accused one time of I had my hair braided, and somebody was like, "Those are fake ears. Those are absolutely fake. Like those are prosthetic."
Mike is like Cinderella.
Yeah,
Can't say her ears.
yeah. I don't. They're not. Yeah,
Uh,
I'm just my poor ears are just hidden.
Guys, stop objectifying Mike's ears, you dirty
Yeah, I
birdies.
should just start it. Yeah,
Blabs,
I should start an OnlyFans where I show off my ears. I'll
they're
be like,
here, they're
"Oh,
real.
look at those." People are like, "Wow." Yeah,
Oh my god. There you go.
I know.
Americus feels much better now.
Yeah, you're so welcome.
Well, he knows he has to show them he attaches prosthetics.
Yeah, I just assume I'm like, what are the likelihood I'm gonna get asked to show my ears?
Oh
Yeah,
god. Now they're
the
objectifying you
ear
real bad.
ear enhancement surgery. Yeah,
Ian.
yeah. I just had them pumped up a little bit, just so they.
Americus.
Oh
Get him
boy,
pumped up.
I'm so sorry.
Just for you, Americus. Blabs. Blame Blabs.
Yeah,
She
I do
did
blame
it.
Blabs absolutely for this. Yeah,
Mike's ears are so rare, they're like Victorian ankles.
yeah. Pull just it's like pull up and everybody's like, whoa, look at those. Yeah. Oh
Elf
goodness, I'm so sorry.
ears, which is why he wants to hide them.
I wish there were elf ears. I don't know, maybe a little pointy. I don't know. Are my ears pointy?
I say I have elf ears, but I mean it like they're tiny. You can't really see
You're
them.
the
But
one
I
with
have
fake ears. She didn't even show the top. Did you see that, guys? She's like,
oh
oh,
oh
see,
now
there's
it's
my ear.
look at
Okay, I
I
guess
have
those are
very
real.
tiny ears. I've had that's something I've had like I don't remember what stream it was on, but I've had people like they ask like what's like the weirdest thing someone's ever done like coming up to you like I don't know and I'm like probably like touching my ears. I had like it was a guy I knew once, but he was like, "Oh my god, your ears are so tiny and cute." And I grabbed them and I was like,
Yeah,
"Don't
you don't just
touch."
grab people's
That's like
ears.
the
That's
worst.
weird.
That's worse than just don't. And I'm
Yeah.
weird. I'm weird about my ears too.
No,
They're
it's
sensitive.
kind of it's
That's
weird
kind
to
of
somebody to come
weird.
up and grab your ear. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, "Oh, they're so cute." And I'm like,
Yeah,
got
like
goosebumps
what?
now. Don't stop it. That's a weird
Yeah,
spot to
like
touch.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't know where your hands have been.
Yeah.
Tiny ear gang, what's up, Lulu?
Boom
I
boom.
come in and
Yeah.
drop an ear bomb and then be on my way. She's just like, "Earp." And then she
That's the most
backs away
Canadian thing she's
slowly.
ever done. Do you know Blabs
Yeah.
is Canadian? Has she told you
Yeah,
that?
she's
Okay.
definitely Canadian for sure.
Yeah. She likes to lie about it a lot to people, and I just try to make sure that people that she's close to know.
You know what? I also stopped growing in height too, Blabs. Thanks for bringing up the memories.
Yeah, you're not super tall. You're taller than Steph though.
By a tiny bit, yes. That's
Yes.
my claim to victory in the heights. Like, you know what? I'm taller than one person.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Yeah. Yep.
We have an Uno card on you. Oh,
I don't
of
know.
course, you're sitting there freaking objectifying Mike about his
Yeah.
ears, so you probably touch people's ears. He goes on a date with a girl, and he was just like, "Let me see those first
Yeah, can you
before
pull your
we."
ears out for me, please? Thanks. I appreciate it. Or he's like, hey, just wondering, what do you think about ears? And she's like, they're fine, I guess. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
Americus is an odd one, but I don't know what I want to get into first. Oh yeah, we're also so well. We'll start with Oppenheimer. I didn't see it yet, but Mike
Okay.
did, and I want you guys to hear what he told me a little bit backstage. I'm gonna go see it. Don't worry.
Yes, you have to see it. Yeah.
Yes, that's what he said, and then he also said IMAX. So he's gonna do a non-spoiler. So don't worry if you guys didn't see it.
Yeah. Zero spoilers for this. I will start out by saying I don't like to use this word flippantly, but Oppenheimer is a masterpiece. It is a cinematic achievement for Christopher Nolan. It's one of his best films ever. And I will say for sure, like 100%, like I don't see people walking into this movie. I keep hearing people say like it's not for casual viewers, blah blah blah. If you're not a Nolan fan, no, it's just a really good movie. It is slower, so I guess if you're not a fan of movies where people talk, then don't go see this. But it's really good. I don't want it to be spoiled. And
Okay,
you know, if you can
Disparu.
stop some. Yeah,
He's so
Disparu.
sassy.
They absolutely do address what happens between
I just
Japan
mean because it's
and
a
Oppenheimer.
movie, and sometimes for dramatic effect they add stuff. Disparu,
Yeah,
don't you
they
sass
just
me.
yeah. No, the best part about this movie is the bomb. You know that the bomb is going to be a big deal. That's the whole kind of thing for him. That's his accomplishment. The bomb is the climax of the movie, and honestly, it's kind of like a footnote. Like it happens, it's a really cool scene, it's great, and then they very quickly move on to it, and it actually there's a massive tonal shift from the moment that they build the bomb till it gets set off and then after the bomb goes off. It's a totally different movie. It's like a political thriller where they kind of deal with the fallout of what was it like for a man to be responsible for the most destructive, dangerous weapon that has ever existed in humanity, up until Barbie came out. So like there's definitely like a really cool thing here that everybody brings their A game. It's extremely well acted. It's very nuanced film. And yeah, it's completely worth seeing at least once. But I actually want to go see it again, and that's pretty rare for me to want to go see a really long movie like this again. It is 3 hours. It's extremely well paced. It clips along really quickly, and part of that is the editing, and part of that is how it's written. It's designed that you're not supposed to realize how long it's happened because of how well it clips along. So that's my spoiler. I gave it an A+. I stand by that. I can't see that score actually going down. In fact, it would probably go up if I could. Yeah. Maybe like an S+. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm gonna go see it. I know there's a few people like Americus who he didn't want to not that he didn't want to see it, but I know he was nervous that they weren't gonna portray like it wasn't gonna be historically accurate.
Yeah.
So there you go, Americus. A+ from Mike. Serious question. They mentioned the infiltration of the Manhattan Project by the NKVD.
They do a little bit. There's a lot of political stuff in this. They really kind of get into some of that. I wouldn't say that it's not a documentary. There's only 3 hours. They definitely get into like, hey, there's some stuff going on. And like the question was in the beginning, how do we get this bomb made? And then afterwards, it's like, now that this bomb is made, who are all these people that we're working with? And how on the up and up are all of them? So yeah, there's some pretty cool intrigue in there too. Yeah.
I'm gonna go see it, and I'll let you guys know what I think of it. It seemed the opening did very good. Real quick, Ian for 50. Thank you, Ian. Wait,
Ooh.
Oppenheimer made a what? He made a
Sorry.
Here you go. This is for you, Ian. Thank you.
Groovy.
There you go.
It's not.
I
Yeah.
like this, I like that Mike's watched Barbie for no reason whatsoever.
I had to just for it's my job. And by
Yeah.
job, I mean I hate myself, and my job is to make sure I equalize my happiness. I loved Oppenheimer so much, I went out and saw Barbie to kind of balance. So you're a
Balance it
huge
out,
history nerd.
yeah.
There's some, like I said, it's not crazy in depth, but they deal with some really cool stuff, and they deal with Oppenheimer, and it's about him, and there's a lot of players and people within his history that they talk about and stuff like that. I think you'll be happy with it. So yeah.
Here, well,
But
we're on the topic. Oh, we weren't in a rush, Americans. I just don't like. I understand disparu. I know it's a
yeah.
history thing, but there's uh did you go by yourself?
You saw Barbie by yourself? I did.
Oh, poor
Yeah, I
Mike.
did. I was here. Okay, so yeah, I
Go
saw
ahead.
it. in the comfort of my own home. I will say that.
He sailed the
Um,
seas, which is
I
to be
had to, yeah,
expected. I mean, he's
yeah, I
a
sailed the seas, but I was gonna go see it by myself in theaters. I just didn't have time to get to the theater today because I was sleeping for most of it, and I was like, you know what, we'll pull this up. So I sailed the seven seas, and on that journey, I watched Barbie by myself. Yeah, don't
Barbie
worry, I'm sure we'll get
Destroyer of
into
Mark.
this.
We will. We will. So yeah, this has been a crazy opening weekend. I will say, I think that this was smart. Everyone is, not pitting them against each other, but there's people that are like, "Oh, what's gonna do better? What's gonna do better?" And I don't think that that really matters because they put out like what's supposed to be this fun girly movie, chick flick for the ladies, some summer fun movie, right? And then they put out Oppenheimer, which not that that's just for the guys, but that's definitely, if a guy is going to a movie and he has to choose between the two, he's gonna go see Oppenheimer, but
Yeah,
women will also enjoy Oppenheimer, and there's gonna be guys that have to go see Barbie, like he said, for reviews, but, like, going with their girlfriends or their kids and.
yeah,
So, I think that this was actually really smart because 'cause they're both gonna make a lot, and now because of the strike happening, people are probably like, "Oh, damn, like, what's gonna be coming out?" So this I think that's also gonna affect that these movies doing even better because everyone's gonna wanna go out to the theater to
yeah.
see because we don't know what's coming out next.
No, yeah,
No
yep,
idea. So
yeah.
Uh,
They might just delay all the movies this year just to spite everyone. Yeah.
what are you most upset of about being delayed?
Dune. If they delay Dune, I'll show up at the headquarters of Warner Brothers and start throwing hands.
Yeah, that's right, Doctor Boss. Epic
Yeah.
Mike watched Barbie by himself like a man.
That was the most manly thing I've ever
You know
done,
what,
yeah.
Mike? You're knuff, okay?
I appreciate that.
Sorry.
No, those are actually really good. Wow.
Um, so sorry, I make myself laugh.
You're
Um,
fine.
Barbie has a lot of bragging rights beyond owning a dream house and sports car. Warner still says that 150 million plus for the 3-day for America's Blonde, but industry calculations believe it's well more than 161 million. Any way you cut it, it's the biggest opening weekend of 2023 today after an opening day. Also, best year to date of 70.5 million. Now, Oppenheimer is eyeing 77 million, which that's wow.
Yeah.
Um, 3 days after and the yeah, 3 day after, and they have a 33 million opening day. That's
Wow.
insane. $33 million on
Yeah.
opening day.
Yeah. For a 3-hour movie, a rated R 3-hour movie, that's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, when was the last well, I mean, actually, to be honest, I feel like movies have over the past few years have gotten longer.
Yeah.
When I was like a teenager and younger, I remember going to the movies and they were like an hour and a half long, besides like the Titanic and Lord of the Rings, stuff like
Yeah.
that. But now I feel like even Barbie was 2 hours long.
Yeah, Barbie was, yeah, like what, hour 56 or something, or
Yeah,
and
something
some
like that.
change. Yeah, I'm kind of I don't know, pretentious. I like longer movies. Yeah, I do. I did. There was a lot of shame involved in what I did today to
Mhm.
watch that movie. I wore a pink dress and everything for it.
Oh no.
In the
You better be
privacy of my own
careful. You're
home.
gonna get memed. There's probably a meme, one of the
Um,
Legion in here. You're gonna be memed.
yeah, yeah, I like to give them fuel where I can. So, or either that or they manufacture it themselves. So, yeah, nope, that's fine.
Epic
Um,
Meek Barbie available only on Epicverse.
yeah, I'm
Gotta go
okay
onto the
with.
website.
Yeah. It's yeah, you can play with it. You can pull my hair off. There's no ears, but you can put fake prosthetic ears on after the fact. Yeah.
Part of the lore.
Um yeah, no, yeah, movies have definitely gotten longer. I think some of that's good, some of that's bad. I like longer movies, like the 4-hour cut of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Huh, I was in heaven. I was like, this is amazing. 4-hour movie. Sign me up. Some of the older films back in the day, like Charlton Heston's like what is it, 10 Commandments? I think that was like 3.5 hours. Loved it. So yeah. Wow, is he really okay with he's really obsessed with these ears.
It's okay. It's just Americus. Once you get to know him, you'll understand.
Yeah, I don't know that I want to understand now. I'm kind of worried for
He's
you.
kind of scared of Americus. Good job, Americus. You scared Mike, and now he's never coming back.
No, yeah.
So what? Oh, where was I here? John Wick made 73.8 million.
Yep.
which that's not, I mean, that's good, but Oppenheimer is definitely going to beat that if they're already at 33 on the
Yeah.
opening day. Like that was one day. And that's not even, I don't know what they're at right now because we're not going to see until after Saturday's over.
Yeah.
Um, we need an Epic Mike Kendall. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it's coming. It's going to be called Epic Meek and it's going to be
Epic
on
Meek.
Epic. Yeah, epicfirst.com.
Yep.
Just
And he has
wait.
an interchangeable. He has a dress and like a t-shirt and shorts. Yeah, it's pretty classy. It's both, you know.
Well, we also need you in the patriarchy Ken outfit. I want to see that.
Yes, that's
He
okay.
needs
Yeah,
the
I'd rock
fur
that.
coat. That part made me laugh too when he's just like, "I look stupid," and the other Ken's like, "You look great, bro. No, you
Yeah,
look
no, bro,
great."
you look great.
He's
Yeah,
like, "I look
and then
stupid."
when he threw the like jacket and it like stopped in the air and like gave a little like, yeah,
Freeze frame.
yeah, that was actually pretty good. Yeah,
In your theater, Barbie has 3 times more showings than Oppenheimer. Yeah, but it's to be expected because there's a lot of ladies that wanna go see this, and
yeah,
there's a lot of boyfriends that have to go take their ladies to see this.
yeah,
But talking about Barbie, like, yeah, of course, the feminist message was really annoying on it, but even, like, you seen Mike just giggle too. There was a couple giggle-worthy moments in the film.
yeah. I mean, I don't know when
I
you want to get into it. I've been trying to like hold back on Barbie a little bit, but yeah, I
It's
mean,
okay. You can go ahead
yeah.
and say your opinion. Go for it. I did a
Oh,
video.
listen,
I gave it, and this was me being nice. I gave
yeah,
it a 6 out of 10 because there were still fun parts of it. It
6 out of
wasn't
10.
because I went in it thinking like, oh God, this is gonna be the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. It
Yeah,
wasn't,
no,
but there. As a girl, a millennial girl, I seen what it could have been too, and I'm just like, darn it, man, you missed the mark. It could have been
yeah,
hilarious. It could have been, a make fun of itself. Um, that's what I thought it was gonna be like. I mean, they did make fun of itself a little bit, but if they would've made the whole movie centered around that type of comedy, like make fun of itself,
yeah,
super aware of what it was. Of course, there's gonna be some feminist stuff in it. It's
yeah,
a girly Barbie movie. I mean, look at Legally Blonde, right? That movie
yeah,
did so good. If that movie came out now, everyone would probably bug out about it. Like, "This is feminist and woke and stupid. The white male is the bad guy because he's a
yeah,
white male," and but everyone loved that movie when it came out. So that's how I went into it too, not being so, and I was kind of the target audience. Like, and I said
yeah,
it in my review, like, grown men aren't gonna go in this and be like, "It was wonderful. Come on, Barb." Like,
yeah.
they're
Well,
gonna be
some of
like,
them
"What the
might.
hell?"
It's 2023. Some of them might be pretty excited about it, but
Yeah.
yeah, some of them are like, "I loved Barbie. It was amazing."
Yeah, I didn't think
Yeah,
it was amazing. I just
yeah,
didn't hate it. That was my
yeah,
thing. I'm like, I didn't hate it. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, but when you see what it could have been, especially as a girl that wanted more,
yeah.
from it, I wish they would have removed some stuff, but
I
I
agree.
don't
I
know.
I did not hate Barbie. I did not. I gave it a D minus or D plus, which is to me like a 6 out of 10, probably close to 6 out of 10, maybe a 5 out of 10. It's not a terrible movie. It's not a failure in cinema.
Mm-mm.
I've seen Indiana Jones, and I would take Barbie over Indiana Jones any day. Um, for
Well,
me,
damn.
I'm sorry. Did you like Indiana Jones?
No, I didn't
Oh,
watch it.
okay.
I'm just saying, well, damn, that means that
Yeah,
it was really bad because it
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I would take Barbie over Indiana Jones any day if I had to choose. Like it's like pick your poison. I'll take the poison that doesn't kill me in agony or leave me in agony. It just slowly poisons my veins by telling me that I'm a terrible person for having testicles. Versus watching Indiana Jones take a literal bomb directly to the face while he's hanging from a noose and swinging around in a building where everyone else dies and he survives. Point blank range. The guy standing next to him died, but because he was swinging from a noose, the bomb didn't kill him. I'm gonna never let that go. But yeah, Barbie is. I expected there to be feminist overtones, all that stuff. The problem is, it does kind of lead you in with like a Barbie in one hand and like a cudgel behind their back, and that's what bothered me a lot. Is it feels like it never really settled into what it wanted to be. I mean,
Mhm.
like I remember when Lego Movie came out, and you're like, it's a movie about Legos, but there's actually like a really heartfelt message in the
Mhm.
film, and it was kind of for everybody in a way. And I think that there was a way to do that with Barbie, and they just did not. It was like you're watching it, and they're like, okay, here's the opening, and here's the thing about filmmaking in general: narrations are typically when they don't know what else to do to disseminate information. And sometimes narration can be good, sometimes it can be really weak, and it can kind of be a crutch. And the opening narration basically explains to you a lot that doesn't need to be explained. Like the scene where Barbie wakes up in the morning and she's doing her thing, I don't need to be explained that. I thought it was kind of funny. If I
Yeah.
needed that, I was like, that's great. And like her, like not walking to her car, she just like falls down into her car because like Barbie doesn't walk to her car. She gets carried and stuff. Oh my god, there's a moth in here.
I just saw that.
Yeah, I was like, what is that on my screen? But like if you don't explain that, it's funny.
Mhm.
It's way funnier than you going like, and that's the problem. I think that they assumed their audience was too dumb to get the message. And so there's like these moments in the movie where you're watching and you're like, okay, I'm watching it. Oh, that's kind of funny, or oh, that's silly, or Kim's goofy. And then somebody like stops and they like look at the camera and they're like, listen, men are evil and Barbie as a whole is fascist and we don't like any of it. And women have a hard time in life. And you're like, okay. And they're like, now
Okay,
back to the fun.
great.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go get a drink now. Yeah, that's what I meant when I had said like there's they shoved it too much. Of course, do a little feminism in a girly Barbie movie. This it makes
Yeah.
sense. And I've also there's a way that you could do it right too, because yeah,
Mm-hmm.
feminism exists. So it's like that's it's in the real world. So yeah,
Yeah.
do it, but don't shove it down anyone's throat. And
Yeah.
they did do that. The speaking of like the Barbie stuff, it was really funny when she like gives up and then she kind of like turns into the doll and she like falls over
Yeah.
sideways like a doll would. There was little funny moments like that. And it's just
Yes.
like if they would have, and you bring up the Lego movie, that's a great point. If they would have maybe just kept it like in Barbie land
Yeah.
and didn't venture out into the real world and just made it the silly thing, like granted, still grown men and guys in general probably wouldn't have been into it, but they wouldn't have hated it quite as much. They were saying like, okay, this is a movie for little girls, but
Yeah.
at least they stuck to it in that way. And the one thing I understand with the Kens is, and as a little girl myself, we didn't really care much about the Kens growing up. I had like one Ken doll, maybe like four Barbies, because, oh, let's
Yeah.
get this Barbie and that Barbie. And I feel like they were trying to push that message a bit, which is fine, but they just did it wrong. Like I didn't like that Ken and Barbie weren't in love. And they do point out, like there's at the end the two Ken and Barbie, the different Ken and different Barbie loved each other and they were, but not the main ones.
Yeah.
It was just I just don't like the way they portrayed the men in it, but I'm not it's a Barbie movie, so I didn't expect some beautiful, wonderful message to come from it. Like the Lego movie, that was a nice surprise that it still had a beautiful
Yeah.
message behind it. That was a great movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Barbie movie, seeing what it could have been was a bit upsetting. But I still gave it a
Yeah.
6 out of 10. It probably deserved more of a 5 out of 10. But I'm like, you know what? I got a couple
Hey.
of giggles.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It could have been more, and it wasn't. That's a lot of
Yeah.
movies these days, and it's not like so when you take, like, a movie, like, say, Ghostbusters. I didn't watch the new Ghostbusters. You take that and turn it into feminist, that's terrible because you took a classic,
Yeah.
wonderful movie. Barbie's not a classic, wonderful movie, and it's a girly thing. So,
I'm
again,
sorry. I'm
not
being attacked by my
very
moth again.
mind-blowing. He's got a new friend. It's not mind-blowing that they
Yeah.
threw it into it, and
Yeah. Well, yeah. To go into a Barbie movie expecting it to be like like a man, like a grown man, to be like, wow, that was a great movie, is it's pretty low. Like, unless
exactly.
you're lofty, like, yeah, you're not gonna like that movie. But it's just, yeah, there's just a moment, and like, I think the moment too. There's like a time where like one of the characters stops. They basically stop the movie to scream at everybody, all the female characters, about men and how to deal with men and how they're like, men have fragile egos. So like, blah, blah. And you're like,
Was
okay,
that
I get it.
needed?
Yeah. Like,
But
what?
calm
Yeah.
down.
But
Like
yeah. And you're like, okay. But like, they're like the scene where like Barbie's like feet go flat is like hilarious. Like how she's like
oh, when they
dragging
start
them
throwing
across
up,
the floor. And yeah. And
they're
everybody's
like,
like,
"Ugh," and she's like, "Can't
yeah.
stop." He's like, I can't." Like that was funny.
That's very funny stuff. Yeah.
Yes,
Um,
it could have been so much better. It
Yeah.
could have.
I'm not like trying to rewrite movies, but it's obvious that these are from a very specific perspective. But I mean, like, imagine a movie where like maybe Ken isn't the bad guy. Maybe what the other Barbie, like Michael Cera's character, who's like, I don't remember what his
I
name is
liked
now.
him, Alan.
Yeah, Alan. Imagine what if like Alan's the bad guy because he's mad because he doesn't get as much love as Ken, and Ken's like the
Yeah.
loyal boyfriend who's in love with Barbie because that's what he's designed to do, and Barbie just ignores him and takes him for granted. Maybe you have a
Mhm.
moment where she realizes, hey, actually, he's been here for me the whole time. He's a nice guy, but instead they're like, oh no, he only likes Barbie because she makes him feel validated in life, and it's like, but he's literally designed to only care about her. Like he
Yeah, and
doesn't
that's
have any
I
other
didn't like that.
existence.
They
Yeah,
they should have
I didn't
gave
either.
him like they should have made it to where it was kind of an equal thing. Not we're just the
Yeah,
Barbies. Like I said, I understand where they were coming from in that sense where little girls don't like, "Oh, I need like 10 Kens." You get one Ken and a bunch of different Barbies. Like
Yes.
that's just the reality of it.
Ken is everybody's boyfriend at that point because
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. My Ken was a player, okay?
Yeah.
Um um
Yeah.
but they just the way they did it. But Ryan Gosling was great. And that Grease lightning scene, I loved it cuz I love
Yeah, that was
Grease.
really
So
funny.
that was a good scene. So
Yeah.
yeah, it could have
Yeah.
been, yeah, that too. You know what? I was thinking about that too coming out, that they could have made it just more like the Mario movie, like just
Yeah.
leaned into all the, Barbie stereotype stuff, but in a fun way. And I understand that every little girl played with Barbie differently, so they tried to throw different stuff in there, but they could have went about it differently. And just like how you
100%.
said, making Alan the villain would have been cool. I liked his line, like, in Alan's escaped before in sync, every one of them, they're
Yeah.
Alans.
Yeah, I love that. Like, it's great. Like this idea that like there's this like weird, obscure like character that Mattel discontinued that's been like infiltrating the world the whole time. Like that's
And
funny.
Midge,
Yeah,
Midge, when the
and
camera goes past her, she was the pregnant one. We
yeah,
we thought
they're like we don't talk about her. Like yeah, that was hilarious. I thought that was really funny. Like nobody wants to play with a pregnant Barbie, so you're like
no.
oh, and you like kind
And
of
then
move
they go
past.
past and she's like like, "No, no, no,
Yeah,
no, 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 let's get past Midge."
there are moments of really funny stuff in here, but yeah, overall, well, because also, and this is a thing that happens a lot with writers nowadays, and I don't think that they intended for this to be the case, but it's obvious that the Kens are supposed to be representative of like women.
Mhm.
Like so, like the Barbies are supposed to be the men in Barbie land, and the Kens are like the women in a way. They're like because one day maybe the Kens will have equality and be treated the way that women are in the real world. I'm like, well, then if that's supposed to be like the narrative, then what this message is about is that in our world, if men left on a quest and women took over, they'd ruin everything, and then the men would have to take all that power back because women would mess it all up with all of their love of horses and music and guitars, and we'd have to stop them from like sometimes the messaging is so bad in this film because of how what the implications could be that I'm like it would have been better for you just to have fun with it and just let it be
Mhm.
what it is
Yeah.
because the ending has some merit to like Barbie can is supposed to inspire girls to feel like they can be anybody.
Mhm.
Awesome. But like let that be the message then and move on instead of it being like, but also just so you know, men are terrible still. And like isn't going to end up with Ken in the end. She's going to end up on her own and become a real
Yeah.
person. I'm
Strong,
like,
independent woman.
yeah. I'm like, what are the implications of that? Was she born? Also,
I know that.
this is a nitpick, but I just got to know what was the box?
I know. What were they gonna do? Were they gonna send her back to Barbie Land? They never explained that.
They never
Was it
explained the box. You just know that she was going to get trapped in that box. They never explained. I was waiting for something to happen, like somebody get caught in the box and like they die or something, but they never
or
show
just
it. They
be there
just
forever or
yeah,
something? I don't know. Yeah. And I
yeah,
seen an interesting tweet. I don't follow this person. It was retweeted and I read it, and I don't know if they were serious. I think they might have been. And it's kind of funny. Let me see if I can find part of it real quick. And I looked at it like, if this is true, then it kind of changes the narrative of the movie completely. And if it's not true, we should all just take it this way and make them mad.
yeah,
So the person that said that, they think that it's mockery of wokeism, and that it revolves around the fact that there's only two genders, which that is true. They do only talk about, boys and girls,
yeah.
Kens and Barbies.
Even though
But it
there's a trans Barbie, yeah,
there was, did I miss that? Which one was the trans
yeah,
Barbie?
yeah.
The
It was
weird one?
the huh?
Not the
No,
weird one, right?
no, that
That one
wasn't the
was funny how they made her weird. The girl cut her
yeah
hair
because
and
it
drew
cut
on
her
her
hair and like
face.
drew all over. No, there was it was the one. So when Barbie's feet go, she's in it throughout the movie, but the main part is when Barbie's feet go flat when she puts her feet up. She goes, "Oh my god, flat feet!"
The big girl? The big girl.
No,
Are you
not the
ta
big girl. There was another one.
I
Oh my
have to
gosh, have
look
we seen
back.
the same movie?
We
You have
did,
to
but maybe I grazed
you have to go
past that
watch it
because
again.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
watch it again. I must have missed that.
Don't watch it again. I was kidding.
I'll just
No, I'm just no. There's a character in there, but to your point, they don't acknowledge it. They don't say, "Oh, this is the Ken Barbie." It's like, no, it's just a Barbie. All Barbies are Barbies. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that went over my head. See, when they don't shove it down your throat, and real quick, we'll get back into the Barbies, but I'm just gonna use this
yeah.
as an example. Did you see Evil Dead Rise?
No, I did not.
Okay, well, there's a trans character in it, and there's a lot of people that were saying like, "Oh, it's ruined because of that." but I'm like, it wasn't that person's whole personality, and spoiler alert, sorry, but that person ends up dying, and it's like, I feel like if they were trying to push this huge woke message, that would've been the only survivor, and
Yeah.
they would've been like, "Oh, trans," but they didn't even, like, mention that the character was trans, so, like, it went over my head, and I realized it, like, at one point, I'm like, "Oh, that's a girl, but, looks more like an androgynous boy, I
Yeah.
guess, I don't know. So, yeah, so sometimes it goes over my head when they don't shove it down my throat because I'm like, I'm tired of that stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but this person was saying that they think it's a mockery of feminism and suggests that if you want to have a world that is unrealistic and run by women, then it's a fantasy land like Barbie land where women think they are in control, but children are actually controlling their destiny. And ultimately, the female protagonist of the film decides that she's happier living in a real world that is run by men. And I'm like,
Oof.
hmm. And
Oof.
I know, like, I read this and I was like, "Wait a freaking minute, you just flipped
Yeah.
it upside down on me." And then she says Barbie also tells Ken that he is more than simply what a woman thinks he is. It reaffirms that men don't exist solely for the sake of satisfying women. That is an empowering and anti-simp message for men. And I think this person was serious in what they're saying, and they could
Oh, I'm
be
sure.
wrong. But I'm looking at it as like if they are wrong, we should just take that message and be like, this is what we're taking from your movie if they were
Yeah.
trying to be woke with it. But that does make sense because they heavily push, like, when she takes them back to Barbie Land, she's like, "It's run by Barbies, not men, like, it's better over here," but and then obviously, like, she comes back and it's run by the Kens, but if
Yeah.
that's the case, the Barbies take back over Barbie Land, and she still decides that she wants to go back into the real world that
Yeah.
is
She's like, I don't want to
it.
be here. It's awful here.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying, so I'm like, I wonder, like, it just makes you wonder. That tweet really had me thinking for a second.
So I,
Yeah,
there's a thing.
my head canon, Goki.
Yeah. There's a thing that happens, and this is it's where when you push an ideal or an ideology far enough, it actually starts to look it looks opposite of what it's trying to actually portray. Like, so
Mhm,
if you're like, you push a religion hard enough, like a religion like Christianity that's all about love and peace and forgiveness, and then you go, yeah, like love and peace and forgiveness, and we love our God so much that we're going to go over to these Israeli Jewish people over here and start a crusade and take their holy land from them because it belongs to God. And I'm like, don't you, like, you, if you push it hard enough, you go like, hey, you guys are kind of doing the opposite of what you're supposed to be
mhm,
doing. They're like, shut up. So um there's a movie, I'm sure you've heard of it, called Zootopia,
mhm.
and they kind of did the same thing if you actually watch it, because the gist of it is supposed to be, oh, bunnies can be cops and bunnies can do what other people can too, and we got to all get along. But the villain of that movie is a, like, supposed to be like the bleeding heart liberal that wants to, like, help everybody, but ends up just being one that's trying to make all the, like, predators look like bad people. They're
Mhm.
trying to utilize the predators for their own gains, and actually it ends up being the predators that are the good guys. And they're like, we didn't do anything wrong the whole movie. Like, so it's actually about a character that gets like red pilled and realizes that the real villains are the people that claim that they love people the most, and that the like the predators and stuff really are just victims of, like, people trying to make them out to be like something that they're not. Like, there's a lot of that kind of stuff that happens in modern day messaging because they don't even realize that what they're saying is the opposite message. So maybe somebody knew that that was happening. I'd be surprised if somebody actually put that much thought into it and realized we push
Yeah.
feminism so far that it's actually become like a anti-feminist message. But I think that that is an accurate interpretation, and I think people should run with that for sure.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, let's push it because it's gonna if that's I don't think, like you said, that they thought that much into it and it might make them mad, but if you want to interpret it that way, then I'd
Yeah,
prefer to do that because of course it's gonna be feminism in a Barbie movie. Like it's a Barbie movie.
yeah,
I
yeah,
just like and even you admitted that there's some fun parts in it. So I'm like, it wasn't
yeah,
going into it like seeing some reviews, and I'll be honest, it was mostly guys. Basically besides maybe like 3 girls uh that watched it. They didn't think it was fantastic, but they're like, it had fun time moments. Like
yeah.
it was all right. It could have been way better, but it wasn't the worst thing in the world. But
No,
then there's guys, like, minus Mike, that are just like, it was the worst movie ever seen in the world. Did you see this, this, this?
no.
And there's all these like hidden messages they're saying. And I'm like, I don't see that. Like, where do you see
Yeah.
that? I don't see that. It's just a Barbie
Also,
movie.
yeah. Also, if you replace Barbie with any other name and make this movie, I don't know what this means, Roto Commish, but if you want to play Fortnite with me, I'll download Fortnite again. All right, we'll make it happen.
Ah, for
I got you.
Roto.
I got you, fam. If you replace Barbie with like any minority group ever, and then you go see the movie, like if you think about it, like any movie that talks about this group has struggled and has been oppressed and the world around them is so dark and terrible, but this haven that they live in is this beautiful, wonderful place where they can be themselves, and like we have to fight against the real world and what it does to oppress and harm people with negative stereotypes. That demographic that goes and sees that movie will feel very impacted by that film.
Yeah.
So making a movie to talk about why women need to be protected and why they have to have each other's backs and how they have to fight against evils and tyranny and oppression and all that stuff, all makes sense why people would go see that movie and walk out of it and go, I felt empowered by this movie. The problem is things like a teenage girl in a high school calling Barbie a fascist and then not really ever addressing why she feels that way about Barbie. Like,
yeah, someone had mentioned that they think that they're making fun of like teens that just throw out words that they don't even really understand what they mean. They just like hate
yeah,
everything, and that could
that
have
could be what it
been
is.
put in it that when she just runs away crying. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I actually feel
Yeah,
bad.
when she's sitting there, she's like, I'm a fascist.
What did she say? Like, I don't even know how to build a railroad. What did she say?
Yeah, she's like, I don't control the means of production
Yes.
or own a railroad, but I'm
Yeah.
a fascist. I was like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually pretty funny. Yeah.
And there's the scene where the daughter is like, men hate women and women hate women. That's the only thing we can agree on. And I was like, damn, there's a little bit of truth to that. Not that
Yeah.
everyone hates women, but there's a lot of, I know you have to see it. Women, we could be catty. I see
Yeah.
it so much where it's like, in front of everyone, it's like, yeah, girlhood sister, but the behind scenes like, ew, did you see what she was wearing? Like, girls can be like that. And
Yeah.
it gets a little better kind of when you get older. That's more of like high school behavior, but there's still some women that very much act like they're still in high school. And it's kind of
Yeah.
sad. I try to be the one that like will lift women up as much as I can. I'm not perfect, but I try
Yeah.
to steer away from that because it's too strong. That line I felt like was kind of right. The way that they put it and what they were trying to put behind it, maybe not, but I mean, it
Yeah.
wasn't wrong. It wasn't
Yeah.
wrong. So
No. Nope. 100%. Like, yeah.
I
I do agree. Yeah, and also, yeah, there's nobody can tear somebody down like there's nobody can tear down men like men, and nobody can tear down women like other women. Yeah.
my guest looks like he's from the rap group The Roots. He is. He's
Yeah.
the lead guy. He didn't know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Questlove.
time. Yes. He's the lead.
Or not
Can't
Questlove.
believe I
Nappy Boy. Yeah.
he got his name wrong.
Yeah. I know. There's a
Oops.
lot of people walking around with froze. I gotta remember which one it is. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know. Like, yeah, it's not devoid of humor. It's not devoid of all. It's not the worst movie ever made. Like, telling you, I saw Indiana Jones. Barbie is a much better made movie than this, but you just gotta.
There's like being stone cold honest there too. He
Yeah.
could just be like, because he wants to jump on this Barbie hate bandwagon, he could be like, oh no, it wasn't. But no, he's being extremely honest.
Try to be. Yeah.
Yeah, that's same with me. Like I was honest with my review. I was like, you know what, it had fun moments. I talked about some funny moments, but I was like, you know what, the preachiness was too much. Their message was too much. Ian, thank you so much for gifting 5 subs. This is for you.
I love that.
Thank you. Oh, I love Hook. I have a Bangarang tattoo all up my
Do you
side.
really?
When Robin Williams passed, I was that's the celebrity death that hit me the most. I love
That
Robin
was
Williams.
rough.
It was rough. I didn't talk that entire day because you know how when a celebrity passes, you see it on the internet and you're like, I gotta look into it. Like this. I was like, this has to be fake. Please, 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 please be fake. And I looked it up
Yeah.
and I was like, I didn't talk that entire day. I was just. And so, like, not even a year later, I got it in Peter Pan green. I'm gonna get the gold sword.
Oh, that's rad.
Added. Oh, I love it. It's one of my
Yeah.
favorite tattoos. It's oh my gosh, well, we got another. Where did it go? GJJ gifted 20 memberships. Hold on. Okay, you're gonna get the 20. Okay, you're gonna get the big boy. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Here you go.
That's what she said.
Oh no.
Sure, I could have stayed in the past. Could have even been king. But in my own way, I am king. Hail to the king, baby.
I freaking love Bruce Campbell, man. I put that up, like, bless everyone that was tagging Bruce in my status. Like when I asked who wants to come on my show, who you guys want to see, a few people were like, I want to see Groovy Bruce. And I was like, and then even A2D2 put my cosplay picture up. Was like, look at, she did a great Ash cosplay. And I was like, guys, he's not gonna see this, but you guys are sweet. If I
Well,
would probably pass out if Bruce was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll come. I'd be like,
we're gonna have
what?
to make him see it. Yeah,
I
we're gonna have
know
to get him on here.
I'm surprised he didn't see it because when I initially posted it, I got a decent amount of likes on it, and he has reshared. He just didn't see it because I'm not trying to be like that, but that's my favorite cosplay ever. I crushed it. I had to hand do the chainsaw. I mean, I bought one
Wow.
from Spirit, but I had to spray it and do a lot of like
Yeah.
drilling and stuff so my hand could fit. I
Oh,
finessed
snap.
it, and I had a great photo shoot backdrop, and I went into this creepy woods area. I crushed it. That was my favorite.
Well, we need to
Yeah.
you're gonna have to reshare it. We're gonna have to make sure that
Bruce
get
sees
Bruce in
it,
on
like,
this.
"Come on,
Yeah.
Bruce," 'cause I think Bruce is awesome, and
Yeah.
if he actually came on my show, I don't know what I'd do. I have to have, like, another guest to come on with me 'cause, like, I don't
You
who's
just be like,
like, I don't know what to talk to you about. I'm like, "Listen,
what do
you're
I do with my
awesome. I have an
hands?
action figure of you right here." I moved it, but I have, an
Yeah,
action Evil Dead 2 is my favorite horror movie. It's
that's
great.
awesome.
It's a
Yeah.
great movie.
I discovered it as a kid accidentally and was like, this is actually pretty rad.
Yeah,
So
'cause it's scary, but it's also got the comedy, and that's what I like
yeah,
about that's my favorite kind of horror movies,
yeah.
is boomstick, yeah. I had the
I
boomstick
have a
too.
am I allowed to ask you questions on your
Yeah,
show?
go ahead, go for it. What
All
would you
right.
like to know?
So maybe you've said this before, but what got you into doing cosplay?
Cosplay? So, okay, the first cosplay I ever did, like, I've did Halloween costumes, but I consider a cosplay when you have to get the parts and
Hmm.
put it together. Even if you get, like, the full suit, but you gotta get the accessories and you just gotta do stuff to put it together. My
Yeah.
first one was probably like, oh gosh, I was really young, like college years. Me and my friend did Tweedledee and Tweedledum,
Nice.
and it was really cute. We got tutus, we made it very girly and cute, but it was
Yeah.
like right, everyone loved it. People were like, "Oh my god," because it was something that no one was doing. So we went to this Halloween party, a
Yeah.
couple different Halloween parties, and they were like, "Wow!" And I had so much fun doing that. I'm like, if I had the money, I would do this more, but it's expensive.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, it's really expensive. So, I shout out to everybody that buys stuff on my wish lists and helps me to create these cosplays because you guys are the real MVPs.
Yeah.
But I love portraying characters correctly too. I'm very picky.
Yeah.
And then my second one I ever did, which I just recently brought her back out, was Black Canary.
Yeah.
And I did that for a Halloween party. And then I did, because this was all just Halloween parties, and these were a couple of years like separated. And it's been a little over a year since I started actually doing them and putting them online,
Yeah.
and then doing the locals and Patreon stuff. So I just have a lot of fun doing it. And when I
That's really
enjoy a
cool.
character, especially like actual strong female characters, those are the ones I like to
Yeah.
portray. Like my first cosplay that I dropped on the internet was Jennifer, and I had so much fun doing that. I got all the parts together, and
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun. I would like
The
to do
real
Jennifer
Yennefer,
again. Yeah,
not
and everyone was like, "You would be better. You should be on the Netflix show." And I'm like, "Stop it."
stop, guys. Come on.
Stop. My eyes aren't even purple. Uh,
Well, I just wonder because, like, yeah, there's definitely a difference between people that wear costumes and people that do cosplay.
Mhm.
And yeah, for people that do cosplay and actually like put the time in and make like accurate costuming and all that stuff, I know that stuff getting expensive because I mean, working in movies, you
Oh, you
put together
know.
a costume and like, oh, good lord, what are you talking about? $50 for these gauntlets? Like, but yeah, it's just cool to see when somebody does that stuff. And I always like to hear what people's like motivations or like how they got into it because yeah, it's just really cool. I mean, it takes a lot of work to do that stuff, and I got respect for it because yeah, it does take a lot of work. So
So still to this day, the most expensive and most intricate one I did, and you can see the Goodnight Bat over there. I did Squad Harley because before the movie even came out, I saw the costume and I was like, I like it. I love Harley Quinn. I do think that she's getting a bit overused, and I don't like what they're doing with her. But when you go back
yeah,
to the animated series Harley and what I
yeah,
seen, and I think that Margot portrayed her well. The writing just wasn't there, but she
I
did
agree. Yeah.
embody Harley very well. The Goodnight Bat here. Let me pull it out for you.
Um,
Hold on, we're gonna pull it out. I made this myself.
really? That's
Yes.
rad.
Well, it's actually a real Louisville Slugger, but I had to sand it and paint it and do the writing. It took forever.
See, I'm
Hold
telling you guys, she's going for it.
on. Okay. I'll show it off. So this to date, and
That's rad.
this was around the time Suicide Squad dropped. Because I'm actually a certified event and wedding planner.
Oh,
Fun fact. So after I Yeah, so I can throw some pretty good parties. I threw a party and I turned my friend's basement into the Joker's lair. Like because it was a basement, so it didn't matter. We spray painted like ha ha and Joker faces and stuff all over the walls. Bunch
Yeah,
of friends dressed as DC characters, and I was Squad Harley. And I made this like this is literally what it her bat
that's
everything
so cool.
says everything that it said on her bat, and
Yeah,
this is a real bat. So the Evil Slugger had to sand it down, do the writing by hand. I actually the stenciling for this too, I had to do that by hand and cut it out. Like I didn't buy because I couldn't find the
dang.
correct font. Yeah.
Yeah,
So because I'm very like when I
yeah,
want to do something, it has to be correct. And I
yeah.
had to order everything. And I had to look at like, Google screenshots because this was before the trailer even dropped. So I had to look at all the screenshots from the set photos. I'm
Dang,
like, okay, I need the shoes, I need the shorts. Yeah, so I had to
just
order
rocked
everything
it.
separately, and I did, I crushed it, it was fun.
Yeah,
I should do a Squad Harley again. The stuff is really old now, I could probably get a bit better. So I lost the shoes, unfortunately, I don't know where they are during the move, they might be in storage, but
that's
maybe
funny.
I'll bring her back one day just to use this again. I love this
Yeah,
bat.
well,
That's
that's
why it's
rad
in my
because
background.
yeah, most people's bats are like I've seen other people do it, and it's like yeah, they're like plastic and stuff, and
Yeah,
they're
the
like
blow up
cheap.
ones.
Yeah, and you're like, no, that's not nearly as cool as having an actual bat. So
If
listen,
I
mad
ever
respect.
do Thank you. It took me a very long time. And if I ever do a Harley cosplay again and I wanna have a different prop for her, I'm gonna do the hammer, the big
Yeah,
or the mallet, but it's
yeah,
not gonna be the blow up one. I'm gonna make it again, and
a
that's
real
gonna be
mallet.
quite a project, but
That's
I might
rad.
make it a little bit smaller, but I don't know. I'm sure I can get a big piece of wood, just put it all together myself. But
Yeah,
I have fun doing that part of the cosplaying, like making the I don't have the chainsaw hair, unfortunately. It's in storage back. I'll be getting it in a couple months when I go clear it out back in my hometown. But
yeah,
it was fun making that, and even, like, getting dressed up to do the Bruce cosplay, like, like, doing the blood on me, I was like, just like, I like,
yeah.
gotta have more blood.
That's
Um,
awesome.
but it was, turning that bat into a mug? How? What do you want me to drill a hole in it and just be like,
Yeah,
slurp
just
it? What
grab
do
this
you
giant freaking bat and go. Yeah,
This bat is bigger than me.
yeah.
Oh, wait a second. Lulu. Lulu
Aw.
gifted 10 memberships. Lulu, thank you. Queen Lulu. All right, what are we gonna give Lulu? I need to add more stuff onto here. You know what? You're gonna get the bruh.
Bruh.
Lulu was like, you know what? 10.
10. Boom.
um,
That's awesome. Yeah, no,
yeah.
I think that's really cool. I just yeah, it's a lot of I know it's a lot of work and stuff. So I actually like really respect when people do that stuff. I just think it sometimes gets overlooked. People are like, "Oh, it's just a costume. Anybody can wear it." And it's like, no, people that actually care about this stuff put a lot of work into it. You know,
I'm gonna trigger Mike right now, and probably everybody in my chat that hasn't heard
I'm
the
already
story.
triggered. So
Get ready. He's like, you said the word and it's there.
yeah,
I did a Leia costume. So it was slave Leia for a party, but I was like kind of self-conscious. So I had like a little thing over because but I'm like, I was trying to branch out a bit and it was a Halloween party with friends. So it wasn't like public. But it was friends of friends that I didn't really know. So I
yeah.
walk in and I walk in with Luke Skywalker, by the way, too, dressed like Empire Strikes Back Luke,
Oh
green
snap!
lightsaber down to the T. Because again, I even cut the wig for him to make sure that it
Oh
looked like
snap!
yeah. We were Luke and Leia. Okay, we walked in there like, let's do this. People
Yeah.
didn't know who we were. Somebody went up to my friend who was Puerto Rican and was like, "Are you Fez from that '70s show?" And I was like, I had to look up. I'm like, wait a minute,
What?
that '70s show is one of my favorite shows, and I'm like, hold up. I'm like, did Fez ever dress up like Luke Skywalker? Because that would have made it okay.
Yeah.
He didn't though. It was all Eric, who was
Never.
the Star Wars guy, and I was like, there was one girl who was like, it's Leia and Luke. Like she was like, you guys are so uncultured, and like,
No
oh
way. Yeah, I
yeah,
would have left
I
that
couldn't
party.
believe it.
Yeah, I
And we
would have
didn't
been
stay long.
done.
I felt weird because I'm like, now I just look like some weirdo dressed like that. They don't know who I am. They don't understand.
That's really sad. Yeah, I would have left
It
that
was
party. I would have been
rough.
like, no.
It was rough, man. I was like,
Yeah.
damn. Like, cause I feel like even if you aren't into Star Wars, like when you see a lightsaber, you know that it's like, what do you think that is? I don't
Yeah.
understand it. It's too much.
Is that a yeah? What do you do with that thing? See that's when you have them pull it out and just start hitting people as you guys run out the party.
Man, I should have.
That makes me really sad.
I should have taken the lightsaber and just started hitting people.
Yeah.
This was before the sequel trilogy, Tara. This was
Yeah.
before. I don't even know if what was the one? Crap. Rogue One.
Yeah.
I don't think that was even out yet. If anything,
Oh
that
no,
was
no,
the
no.
only one that was not Rogue One.
I don't know. Yeah, but I
He's
know
like,
what
I
you're
don't know.
saying.
He's like, that wasn't out yet.
No,
I don't
that's
think
really
it
sad.
might have been, but there definitely was no Force Awakens. Or Rey didn't exist yet, so
Yeah, that
I
makes me
wish I
really
could blame
sad.
the sequel trilogy. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
like,
no,
and it was like millennials too, so it's not like it was a bunch of these little Gen Z. But I feel like even Gen Z knows, like,
yeah.
Star Wars. It's a cultural phenomena. It's like
You don't speak to those people anymore, right?
no, well, the people through the party knew who we were, but their friends didn't. And I was like, listen, no wonder you're friends with me. You need
Yeah,
better friends,
I
okay?
would just
Like
say, yeah, like don't ever speak to those people again. You can't have those people in your life. Yeah,
you need to empty this party out
yeah.
right now. Besides the one girl who was like, "It's Leia and Luke." She's cool.
See, she's
She
cool.
was like, she had the vein in her head. She was like, "How
Yeah,
do you not know?"
that's
Yeah,
actually that's pretty cool though. No,
yeah.
that would make me really sad when people don't under. Yeah, goodness
Like I get
gracious.
it. Maybe you didn't get me, but like Luke Skywalker walks into your party. Like you don't know who the hell that is,
Yeah, but arguably, I mean, like I feel like Slave Leia should be
especially
well
Slave
known too.
Leia. Yeah.
Yeah, like she's kind of iconic. Whether like you're into it or you just want to look like that, like either way, like it should be pretty well known.
That too. Tara makes a good point. It's everywhere. It was even in Friends.
Boom.
Except I'm gonna be nitpicky. In that episode of Friends, she has the space buns, and that is that. No, no, no. Slave Leia has a braid, so they messed that up a little bit. But you know
Yeah,
what? It's at least they still,
they tried.
they tried. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're like, okay, so you have to do the buns. They're like the buns are iconic, and of course Ross is gonna want Slave Leia if it's like a kink thing.
I really need this in my life, okay?
I really need this
Yeah,
because he even says that they make it a point. I don't know if you've seen that where he's like, "Can I touch the buns?" And
yeah,
he's like, he's like so
yeah. They're
happy.
probably like, you got to have the buns because this is how people know who Leia are. I'm like, well, all right, whatever makes you guys happy. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, no, that's crazy. But yeah, I think it's cool. I have bad respect for it because, like I said, I know it takes a lot of work. So, and keep up the good work and keep supporting her so she can keep doing stuff. Yeah,
Vito.
yeah, Vito. We've had our run-ins on the internet. So
Cecil says, "Hi, Cecil." I don't think that's the real Cecil, is it? I don't know.
let's just assume that it is.
Just
Hi, real Cecil.
hi, real Cecil.
Thank you for saying hi to yourself in Wicked's chat. Yeah,
Yeah, that's really way to make yourself included. We're all about that here.
yeah. I like to say hi to
Included.
myself. I mean, I watched the Barbie movie by myself. I was talking to myself the whole time
And he had a pink dress, so
in a pink
Legion of
dress. Yeah,
Memers. Legion of Memers.
yeah. Get
You
on
know
that.
what to do. Hold on, let me
That's
check Twitter just to see. I feel like someone would have told me, but let's
that would
just
be the
check real
least
quick.
offensive thing that I think somebody's made a meme of me of. So I got memed working with She-Hulk before.
Well, you know what? Good for you. That's great. That's great exposure. Everyone loves
No,
she.
it was my own fault. Yeah, it was my own fault. So yeah,
It didn't happen yet. Come on, Legion, wake up.
yeah,
I am requesting a meme. The one's gonna rise up like the Undertaker. They heard me.
yeah. Now I'm kind of scared. Now I'm getting worried that your call to action because they'll all jump out and be like, "Oh, we all got to get this going." Yeah, no. Shout out to the Legion of Memers. Those guys are awesome.
They are. You've been on their stream, right?
I have.
Yeah, me too. It was great. They turned me into Buffy for the cover because I'm a big Buffy fan.
That's rad.
The
See,
show. Do you like the show Buffy or no?
I do. Yeah, I watched it when I was a lot younger. I haven't watched it again since, and I feel like I would like it a lot more now than I did when I was watching it when I was younger. I was watching it like as a teen, because they had like
You get the
reruns
jokes
and stuff.
more.
Yeah, and Joss Whedon before he became what he is now, like was on his A game. Yeah,
Yeah, it's funny too because the whole like feminist stuff, right? People want to scream that it just like didn't exist, and it's like look at shows like Buffy, but they did it right. She
yeah,
had flaws. I always scream about
yep,
that. Like they're like, oh yeah, she was a strong, powerful Slayer that slayed demons, but she screwed up all the time, got people killed.
yeah.
She was not
She,
perfect. She even tried to run away in the like first season when she was supposed to save the
yeah,
world. She was like, "I'm 16, I don't want to die," and like you really feel it. You're like, "Damn, she's only
yeah.
16," but then she still
Joss
comes
was,
through.
yeah, absolutely.
I
Joss was
just
on his
met
game. Yeah,
James Marsters. I just met
yeah.
him, and I met Charisma Carpenter too.
That's also I
And
saw
she
that.
was
Yeah.
listen, she is gorgeous still, like, in real life, like, I was like, "Girl, excuse me."
Wow.
And she looked me in the eyes and she was like, "You're gorgeous." And I was like, "Stop it.
I have to go now.
Stop." I
Yeah.
think I got it right. I was like, I, like, turned into Garth, like, "Ooh,"
You
just,
just
like, run
push her,
away.
like, stop it. Don't
So
tell me
you
that.
stop, like, don't, like, look at you, like, in your Louis Vuitton shoes and stuff, like, don't even.
Yeah.
But no, that to me, like, I'm not someone that gets like that, especially with celebrities, but, like, because I'm such a fan of the show, and I think
Yeah.
arguably her and Spike have the best character development because he starts as a villain, she starts as just, like,
Yeah.
that spoiled valley girl, and if you watched Angel, right? Or
I haven't
no?
watched much of Angel.
Ooh, you should, you should.
I've
Her
been
character
told I need to watch
development
Angel.
is top tier.
That's
Every
awesome.
guy I talk to that likes the Buffyverse, they enjoyed Angel more.
Really? Okay, I'll have to check
He's
out
like an
Angel then.
unofficial Batman too, like, with the detective stuff and all that, but
Oh,
he's like the
snap.
Bat you should watch it, it's
I'll have to check it out.
fantastic.
Yeah, because I've
Yeah,
heard the Angel's really good, but I haven't watched it.
you should,
I'm
and
a
what they do to
huge
Cordy's character is, ooh,
yeah. I'm a huge fan of Firefly. That was my jam.
yeah.
Firefly was my jam.
You wanna hear
And
something that's gonna make you sad? If it wouldn't have got canceled, there was supposed to be an episode where Spike and Maul meet at a bar, and it's Spike, and they have a conversation. I'm like, "Oh,
I
why
don't
would
like
you
that.
deprive
That
us of
makes me
that?"
so
He's like, "I
sad.
don't like
The
that."
more I find out about plans that they had for
I
future Firefly
know.
installments, the more upset I get. And I know Disney like is working on like a revival cartoon series, and I really
It's
hope they don't.
Disney. It's
Yeah, it's
Disney. I
Disney.
talk about that all the time where it's like, there's things that I want, but what they're doing to stuff, like, it's just not great. Like, I would have loved 10 years ago to see a Batman Beyond live action.
Yeah,
Michael Keaton is Batman. I don't know
yeah,
who they would have had as Terry McGinnis, but I'm sure they would have found someone great. I would have loved to see that,
yeah.
but
I don't know.
not
Mm,
now because it would be like, I don't know, they probably turn Terry into a girl or so. I don't
yeah.
yeah, and yes,
The
leave Firefly
yeah,
alone.
the way that they handle stuff nowadays, the other problem is that, like, Batman Beyond requires knowledge of Batman that studios assume people don't have. They just recently have started getting into this whole, well, now we're not gonna rehash some of the origin story because people know it, but a lot of times these studios and stuff just assume that people don't know. They're like, "Most people don't know what their origin story is, so we need to retell it all to them." So, part of the reason we haven't got Batman Beyond is because they assume either these producers don't know who those characters are, or they don't believe that those characters are marketable enough to make their own films, even though I think they would be. I would love to
Yeah.
watch a Batman Beyond like movie. Yeah.
Absolutely, me too, and so I think and now for someone who's a big fan of them, they might not look at them as a smaller character, but, like, Black Canary,
Yeah.
she's my favorite I'll say she's probably my favorite DC character, but at the very least, I'll say she's my favorite DC heroine. She's
Yeah.
great, and her story is great,
Yeah.
and they could make a movie and yeah, with Green Arrow too, because I know she's a lot more. I had someone say this on my, cosplay because Americus didn't know who she was because he's not really into comics. And I was like,
Yeah.
Green Arrow's girl. I'm like, I know that's not, she's much more than that.
Yeah.
But when you want to just explain in layman's terms, like who she is, it's Green Arrow's girl.
Yeah.
They could do a great story with her and Green
Oh yeah.
Arrow. I mean, they could, but would they? Probably not. But I think they should leave Batman and Superman alone and pick up some of these smaller characters and tell their story.
Yeah.
Like the Huntress. I did not like Birds of Prey, but the Huntress was good with Kate. What's her name? She did a good job playing the
Yeah.
Huntress. That was the only. I forget her name. Trey's not in here. He's obsessed with her. He's like in love with her, and he always
It's
tells me her name. I always forget.
Mary
Yeah,
Elizabeth Winstead.
yeah. Did you watch the movie Kate with her?
Yeah, I did.
Did you like it? I liked it. You didn't like it?
I gave it a really bad review. Yeah.
Did you? I liked it because I thought it was just like a campy good time.
I
In
wish
my opinion,
I was looking for a lot more because they were kind of marketing it as like a female John Wick kind of style thing, and that's not what we got. I think and in and of itself, it could have been a really fun time. It just leaned really heavily into some tropes that definitely felt like they're trying to go the John Wick route. And
mhm.
John Wick is John Wick, and trying to replicate that doesn't work. You have to just do your own thing and hope that it works.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You
But
can't replicate John Wick because John Wick is almost like a parody of himself at this point, but in a good
yeah,
way. I love
in a
John
good
Wick.
way.
I'm not
Yeah.
coming at him in a good way. Yeah.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead is awesome though as an actress. I love her and stuff. Yeah, I think she killed it as Huntress, but she needed something more to do because I really could have liked Birds of Prey, but one of my biggest complaints of Birds of Prey is that they did Black Canary dirty.
Yeah,
because
I love you just heard I love Black Canary, and
yeah,
they didn't.
yeah, they did not do her right. I'm like, she's in like, I think she's in the top. I know she's in the top 10 for sure. I think she's in the top 5 like best hand-to-hand combatants in DC. Like
Yeah.
you don't fight Black Canary and come out of that unscathed.
Mm-mm.
Most of the time you don't even win that fight if you're not like, super powered. And so for her to be like this waitress that can like throw some kicks occasionally, I'm like, come on, like let her be Black Canary. Let her be like the awesome badass that she is.
I
Because
liked Katie Lotz.
yeah, yes, she was good. And then they were like,
She
well,
was
she's
good.
not really Canary. She's not
Oh,
the
I
Canary.
hated that. I hated that
Yeah.
so much. Katie Cassidy can't act. She was a terrible Black Canary. Laura, when she died, I was like, boohoo. I was like, okay, well, whatever. Are they gonna bring Sarah back now? Like, she was a better Canary. Like,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It was
sorry.
weird.
Continue your rant about Black Canary and Birds of Prey. Sorry, you just.
No, you're good. It's just, they just constantly nerf these characters to make them like gritty and relatable. I'm like, I don't need them to be relatable. Like, we got to watch Harley Quinn kind of do in James Gunn's Suicide Squad. We get to watch Harley Quinn kind of do something that Harley Quinn is capable of doing. She does a little bit in the original Suicide Squad too. Like she's an excellent hand-to-hand combatant and stuff, but she's not going toe-to-toe with Batman and winning that fight. But Black Canary could. So she should be on that level. Like you should give her those kind of threats and those kind of things to deal with. And they just didn't. And that was kind of disappointing to me. Also, I really did not like the actress that they cast for oh my gosh, I can't remember her name now. She becomes the Question later. The old cop chick.
Oh, is it Maria? No, is her name Maria? Hold on, give me a second.
I can't remember. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of her either. Didn't they steal Vixen's design for Black Canary? I don't. They did something weird like that. It's just not Black Canary.
Did they?
Like,
Thank you for the 199. I didn't know that.
yeah, they just did not do it. Renee Montoya, thank you. Yeah, I did not like that character. It would have been cool to see them become the Question and maybe be like a background character, but like the Question isn't a fighter or anything like that. And so just to have this person run around. Also, it bothers me in general. It bothered me in the Arrowverse with Diggle. Like you have this character running around with a bow and arrow. You got a chick that's like shooting sonic like rockets out of her mouth and stuff like that. And you got the Flash and you have Diggle and he's like, sup, and he's just shooting people. He's just running in there. Like the black guy comes running in a room with a mask, with a helmet on, that lights up his face. And he's just shooting people, dual wielding guns. I'm like, wow, that's really cool. They're like, are you guys gonna make him the green? Are you gonna like reveal that maybe he becomes Green Lantern or something? They're like, no, he's just a guy with a mask that shoots people with guns.
Yeah. Katie Lotz. So CW, it sucks because CW, they could have so much potential with some of their shows. I liked Green Arrow when it first started. I liked Flash when it first started.
Me too.
But then it just got with Green Arrow, the most annoying thing was the will they, won't they. Oh, Felicity. Like, no, he doesn't end up with Felicity in the comics. Like, just stop with that. She's not the best character in the show. She's probably the weakest. Okay, yeah, she's good on the computer and stuff. Cool, but when they moved Sarah, I was okay. When Sarah died, I was really upset. But I liked that storyline where they put her in the Lazarus pit. Like, okay, that's really cool. Like, they have certain things that they can do with shows and or like certain scripts and episodes that are just really good, but then it just like goes so downhill. I stopped watching pretty recently after like he had his kid. The last episode I remember watching is him and Felicity arguing in their apartment and his kid sitting there on the couch like eating some chips, and I was like, I'm out. Peace. I can't. I'm so done.
So much farther than I did.
I gave up on the one of the funniest memes, I don't know if you've seen it, is when he saves his kid from, was it Rod? No, it wasn't Ra's al Ghul. I don't remember. Oh, probably Deadshot. He saves his kid and they're on a boat going back and he's like, and he kisses his kid like he's all like, oh, they put a bag of Doritos there and I don't know. I'm so childish, but I thought that was the funniest freaking meme when it came out. I was like, this is better than the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did make it further. I checked out in the middle of the episode. Like him and Felicity were arguing, and the kids sitting there like eating chips, and I was like, I can't with this. This is not Green Arrow. Shut up.
No.
Bring Sarah back.
I gave up on season 4. After Felicity, they were like teasing somebody was gonna die in the season, and then Felicity got like paralyzed. And then they were arguing, and then she like stood up, and he's like, oh, "You're walking," and she's like, yeah, to walk out on you. And then she like walks out of the room and I'm like, oh my God. I was like, done. And then I came back for season 6, which admittedly was slightly better. But yeah, I had like some issues, like, yeah, with the kid like eating chips and her arguing. She's like, why didn't you tell me you had an illegitimate son? And I'm like, why is that your business? Like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Felicity was awful.
Yeah, she was awful, and I did not like Katie Cassidy. I did not like Laurel as Black Canary. It did not fit, especially after they had Katie Lotes, who did a good job. She was, I don't know if I think she had some martial arts training or something like that, but she was a dancer, so she had the moves to.
Yeah.
Black Canary is a badass, and she can fight.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone over on Rumble. I 10 watching over there still. I see you guys. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
I didn't forget about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love Black Canary, and it's a shame
Yeah.
what's happened with that character. And another CW show that could have had potential, which I stopped very quickly, was Riverdale. I think that show's still going, and I don't freaking know how. But I watched the first season, and I thought it was interesting taking like an Archie comic and making it dark. I thought that was a bit interesting. The first season, and there was a mystery. I love a good mystery.
Yeah.
It's like what happened to her brother. That was the whole thing. Like, and then you find out, that it was. I won't spoil it for anyone if you're interested in that. But
Yeah,
the first season
I know your
was
audience is like itching to find out what
they
happens in
need to
Riverdale.
know.
Yeah.
But I thought it wasn't the best thing in the world, but they could have. It was something fresh, is what it
Yeah.
was. But then they made it into some weird, overly sexualized teen drama, and I was like, okay,
That's
I'm
kind of
out.
where that's kind of what they do. They're just like, you know what? Everybody likes season 1. Maybe we should just have everybody have sex. And they're like,
That'll
that's
sell.
a great idea.
And let's do that. There's this channel I watch. You probably know who he is. I think, what is it, Alex Myers, that does the animations where he like rates.
Yeah.
He made a lot of money.
Yes.
He had to suffer through watching Riverdale, but he made a lot off of it. So I understand the grind with that. Like, so of course he did it. And he actually had an animation in the background of everyone, a picture of Archie like this with his shirt off. And like, because there's so many moments apparently in the show where his shirt's just off.
Yeah.
It's like, for what?
Because they got to show them off. They're like, yo, look at those.
Yes.
Look at those abs. Yeah, they're like, hey man, if you're gonna be the lead of the show, you got to have abs. Well, they did that with Arrow all the time. How many times, like in season 1, is he on the salmon like ladder just for no reason?
He just
Like,
it's just a shot of him coming out of the shower, and Felicity's like,
yeah,
I'm leaving you. Looking
oh,
at his nipples.
Oliver, and he's like, oh, I'm just doing the salmon ladder again. What's
Hold
up?
on, let me just do 10 push-ups real quick.
Yeah.
Neanderthal 2020, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you, I appreciate you.
Kind of sticking on brand 2020.
Yeah, 2020. Thank you. And I love your thumbnail. I like Fallout.
Yeah.
I know this isn't the most popular one, but I enjoy playing Fallout Shelter sometimes when I'm just chilling on my phone.
Really?
And I'm trying to, it's kind of fun. It's just a little shelter. It's a free game too. I've played it. It's free on Steam too, if you don't want to do it on the phone. But when I'm trying to unwind and I don't feel like watching a video, sometimes I'll just pop up Fallout Shelter after like 2 months and like, you know what? It's kind of fun. It's just a time killer. Like when I can't sleep. So
I have a Marvel game that's like that on my phone. So it's called Strike Force. I've been playing it for way too long.
So you understand.
I do get it. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. The only reason I didn't play Shelter, honestly, because I do like Fallout a lot, is because of Fallout 76. It's still one of my greatest bragging points ever is Fallout 76. The trailer dropped and I went, man, it looks kind of mid. And all my friends yelled at me and told me I was crazy. And they were like mocking me for it. And they're like, oh, you don't like anything, blah, blah, blah. And then they all pre-ordered the game and then they played it and they were like, wow, this game sucks. And I was like, yeah.
Like, well, I saved some money. Thanks.
I'm so glad I didn't play this. I heard it's better now, but just in the beginning, I didn't pre-order all of that. So I didn't feel bad.
Don't tell me what to do, Americus. You're not my real dad.
They're not even the same game. They're not even close to the same game.
He called me a scrub. You're a scrub.
Yeah.
You know what? Hold on a second. This is what you get, Americus.
Move this man.
Yeah.
I love that.
Get booed.
Boo this man.
I feel like that's not the first time Americus has gotten booed on the stream, but
oh well.
I love that clip.
We kind of asked for it. That's a great clip. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, CW kind of fell off. It sucked. I loved the first season of Flash. I got it. I don't know why people made fun of I mean, I get why people made fun of Kevin Smith, but like I cried at the season 1 finale.
Well, they made fun of him because he didn't post a picture with a tear. Like,
yeah.
You seen the him coming at Anna, a Star Wars girl? Right? Did you see
I
that clip?
haven't.
He actually talks about it. He says that
No.
she put it up like he's in a podcast. He's like, yeah, Anna, that Star Wars girl keeps coming at me because she's like, be a man. Stop. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I'm sure Anna won't mind.
Wow. No.
Let me see. I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but yeah,
Wow. She got to Kevin. She got to.
Oh, she sure did. I mean,
Yeah.
Anna has that effect on people. I think she's lovely. I love Anna.
Yeah.
But I've said she can like sneeze the wrong way, and then just like the internet's gonna lose their damn minds.
Yeah.
But then she's gonna gain 1,000 followers from it. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, good job, Kevin. You just called her out and got her more publicity. Yeah.
exactly. But
Yeah.
that's just how it works with her. But she's not wrong. Like, I mean, okay, go ahead, feel it, feel the emotions. But he literally, I mean, he post a crying picture when he watched Wakanda Forever?
I think so. He cried. Yeah, he started crying a lot of stuff, and I was like, now I'm kind of concerned, bro. Like,
You
I
okay?
get the Flash. Like, yeah, I get the Flash season 1. I was like, it's really emotional, and like, it's cool to see the Flash in live action, and they were trying to do a really good job with it. But yeah, then it was like everything. He's like, I watch Birds of Prey.
Oh, real
Like,
quick.
so.
Here you go. Sorry, I forgot to do this
No,
for
you're good.
Azure. Thank you for the gifted membership. You don't think I won't get clipped for showing Kevin Smith, will I? Does he clip people?
I don't know. I don't think it'd be weird if he did.
If he did, then I'll just remove it.
Yeah, if he did,
like
we'll
after
come
the
after.
stream.
It will come if he
If
does. We'll just send
tell Anna, and she's
after
gonna
him.
make him cry again.
We'll just send Anna after him.
I'm just
again.
gonna send Anna after him. Yeah, she's got it on her Instagram. Hold on, I gotta unmute this. Hold on. Oh, it's not muted. Okay.
I can't hear it.
Hold on, I'll let it replay.
Right. Tom Segura. Tom Segura's like, I don't know what any of this means.
We're gonna redo it. Yeah, that was it. I seen the I can't find it on Twitter because she doesn't have it like pinned, but that's funny.
I didn't tell her it was muted.
Oh, it was muted
the whole time.
Oh no! Hold on, let's redo it. My bad.
I didn't say anything.
Forget when
I was like, it's her show. I don't want to correct her on her show. I'm a nice person.
No. Correct me. Hold on. Let's pull that back up. But yeah, so I can't believe Mike didn't see this. All right, hold on. Let me share the screen and unmute it.
Really
Everyone's yelling at me. I know it was muted.
Yeah. Now, like, everybody waited until you're like, oh, let me correct it. And they're like, it's muted. What are you doing?
Whoops. There you go.
Star Wars girl
there
or something like that. And she wrote this fucking screen. She was like, you're always doing this. And she ended with, be a man. And I was like, what the fuck? I've been struggling my whole life not to be a man.
Yeah.
Grown up fucking teenager.
Not to be the version of a man we thought we were supposed to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The man that she was suggesting that I'd be.
Like our dad's generation.
But that's not what she said. She just was like, stop crying at every single thing you see.
Exactly.
I mean,
but
I think it's...
He was really bothered.
Yeah, he's like, be a man. He's like, oh, what kind of man do you want me to be, huh? What am I supposed to? Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of...
Andrew, thank you for becoming a member. You gonna bet? He's gonna be. Mike's gonna have to go watch Hook after this. After all those bangerings.
I actually just introduced my kid to Hook, and they loved it. So.
Yeah. See, that is that's my favorite Peter Pan. I've never seen that one from the early 2000s. That was just Peter Pan. I don't remember what that. I think it was just called Peter Pan. I know Blabs really likes it. She talks about it. I'll watch it someday. But for me, the best Peter Pan is Hook. It was great. I brought up. I'm not gonna do it now because this is before I was monetized and I got clipped for it and I had to remove it. But when the Peter Pan and Wendy trailer dropped and I was talking about that on a stream, I brought up just how beautiful Hook looked, because you think Neverland, anything bright and beautiful, like Neverland's portrayed as a beautiful place, and it was so dark and dingy. We know Disney does this now with their live actions to cover up the terrible CGI. And I brought up the scene where Peter falls into the water and then the mermaids are all like breathing into him to give him life. How beautiful those mermaids look.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
And the mermaids on the Peter Pan and Wendy show, they look
Yeah,
like squids or something.
yeah, or something like that.
I didn't watch it. I think it's out. I don't know. I don't have Disney Plus. But
I
in
don't.
the trailer, they're like it shows them like hopping around. It looks like they're squids, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, Disney. I don't. Their designs for stuff is really weird. I don't know. I don't understand it. Yeah. Also, the one you're talking about, yeah, from 2003. I like that one. It's good, but I think Hook is the best Peter Pan movie, hands down. Like,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's why I'll watch it, but it's not gonna be better than Hook, in my opinion. And
yeah,
Neanderthal 2020, thank you for the $10. Same Mike played all the Fallouts, but skipped 76, just looked terrible.
yeah, yeah. It's awful.
I have a
Yeah.
few of the Fallout games on my Steam, like, when the Steam sales hit, and you're like, "Okay,
Oh
$10
yeah.
here," and I just haven't played a lot of them, so
Yeah. They're like, hey, you want Fallout New Vegas for $5? I'm like, sure. I'll get
of
around back.
course.
I'll get back around to playing that. You know.
I just bought all the Witcher games because I've seen a lot of gameplay, but I've never
Ooh.
actually played, and everyone's telling me just play Wild Hunt. Just play
Yeah.
Wild Hunt is what everyone's saying, and I got all of them, but it was $14 for 3 of them, and it was, like, special edition, so I'm like and it was, like, $13 for just Wild Hunt, so I'm like, I spent the extra dollar in case I'm interested in playing the other games, like, I mean, it was
Yeah.
$1, so
The Witcher 1 is terrible. It looks terrible. I think they're remaking it. I think they're remaking all of them, but I think they're remaking The Witcher 1. But yeah, it was not good. It's just really
oh, Mike
clunky and a
Love.
mess. Oh, thank
Mike
you.
Love. Oh, and I got love right under it. Thank you, Dan. Oh, were
Look
you
at
on Cody's
that.
stream last night? Thank you. That was a fun stream. Oh
That's
gosh,
funny.
Mike, we need Mike to go on Camelot stream, man. That would be wild.
Might be working on something. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, you might
Like,
be. Okay, I was gonna say if you
maybe.
want, I will yell at him and be like, you better get Mike on right
No, you can
now.
yell at him. Please yell at him. Yeah.
I'll yell at him
No.
because
I
he's from Alabama and he forgets things. So
Oh yeah, I thought you were gonna say he was racist because I'm around Jeremy all the time too, and he's from Alabama.
so yeah.
No,
Wow.
the first time I met Camelot was on Ricada's stream, and so that was a good time. Yeah, it was.
But
It
Mike,
was really
oh, I
simple.
wonder if he would. He might. You never know. You never know if you throw the $1. He's like, wait, what's Naked Stick? Have you seen
So
Camelot streams?
I've watched Camelot streams. Maybe I just don't understand.
So, as he would put it, Naked Snake
Yeah,
is
because Alabama. Yeah.
because Alabama is Snake from Metal Gear. He loves Snake, so he puts on the bandana and he takes his shirt off and makes his boobs dance.
Oh.
After he hits a certain point, like I think it's maybe 500 because he has like once he hits like 500 or something like that, he does Naked Snake, and then when he hits 1,000, he does Fight Milk, which I've done Fight Milk 5 times. You gotta do it if you go on, Mike. You gotta do it. You don't drink though, but it's okay as long as you got milk and
I'll make sure I have milk and
milk and
what is it?
eggs.
Milk and eggs, and is there
And
something else in there too?
liquor, but
Oh,
if you don't
liquor,
drink
but
liquor, that's fine. He said I missed this part, but when Jeremy was on, Jeremy like didn't have some stuff, so he ended up having like rice in there or something. I'm like, oh, that sounds terrible.
yeah,
You
I don't
drank
drink.
milk with rice?
I don't drink alcohol, but if he lets me put something else in there, I'll put something
Oh, he
else in
will.
there.
Yeah, I don't think because Jeremy doesn't drink alcohol either, right? I
No.
don't think he does.
Yeah, I'll
So,
do like
yeah.
orange juice, milk, and eggs or something like that. We'll do it.
Oh, that's even worse. So there you go.
Yeah.
That'll make it even worse.
Rock
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
as
I
long
don't
as the
know
milk and
how.
eggs are the important part.
I don't think anybody wants to see me take my shirt off, so I can make my
You'd be
boobs dance. But,
surprised, okay?
you know,
You
I can make
listen,
my
if you
boobs
tell
dance still.
I see if you tell Camelot that he's gonna be like, you please, he's gonna beg
Yeah,
you.
please take your shirt off. So, yeah, before I got married and got fat, I used to be an athlete, so we make it work somehow. Also, we were talking about something. Oh, I do have to say this, just from my perspective. So I hadn't watched Hook for a long time. And so I hadn't watched it really since I became a dad many years ago, many moons ago. And so I started watching it with my kids and introduced it to them. And I was like, oh no, I'm the dad now. I'm like Peter Pan. I grew up and got old and started paying bills. And I was like, my kids were like, are you okay, Dad? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Just keep watching the movie because I got teared up. And so it made me actually love Hook even more than I loved it already. So
Yeah,
yeah,
like
it messed with me
Camelot's
pretty
race is
bad.
super gay though. That's true. He's super gay. Super.
Yeah, super gay. Yeah, and that's fine.
That's why he's
Yeah.
gonna want to see you with your shirt off. So you might have to be like, listen, boundaries, man. Like this is
Yeah,
just for my
well,
wife. You can't see it. I only make
I'm
my
kinda
boobies
bummed
dance for
out.
the wife.
Yeah. Well, he posted this thing the other day playing guitar. And he said if I retweeted it, I was gonna get a pee pic in my DMs.
And he did
Never got it.
Wow. Don't worry. I will message him and be like, you owe Mike a stream And a PP
and a
pic.
PP pic because I didn't get it, and I'm pretty pissed because I retweeted it, and I know he follows me, so it's not like he didn't see it. You know,
He's like, you seen it.
I want my PP pic.
That's gonna get clipped.
It's gonna get clipped.
I want my PP pic.
Yeah. No.
No.
I feel bad now.
Hold on.
No.
Okay, well, intermission.
That's so messed up. That's messed up.
Oh, we love Jay.
Yeah, that's my best clip.
Yeah.
That was what I had him on, and we were there. You're getting objectified by Americus again.
Yeah. Listen, I didn't expect this when I
Touched his
came on this
ears,
stream.
Americus. Every time he hears the name Americus, he's gonna cover.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm making sure my hair is like there. I'm like looking
Covering
around,
him
making
up.
sure he isn't like right next to me, like trying to catch a peek, you know.
No, that clip was great. Me and Jay were dying. We watched this clip, the Kung Fu Panda clip from the guy at the con that was dressed up like Raiden from Mortal Kombat, and the reporter was like, "You'll see you can see anything here. A grown man dressed as Kung Fu Panda," and it was Raiden. And yeah, hold on, I'll pull it up so you can see it if you missed that one. I have a video of it. I clipped it and made a video out of that live stream.
Yeah,
It was
how to
freaking
beat
funny.
the hell out of that guy. Oh my god.
It was a lady too, so I was like, man, that poor guy, just because he had a little belly on him. She's like, it's Kung Fu Panda. Like,
Yeah, you gotta yeah. That's when you just attack her in stream or in front of everybody in public. You have to. Gotta defend your honor.
Okay, here it is. We gotta
That's
show
gonna
Mike
be cool,
this.
too.
And then we'll get into some of our topics because we've just gone up. Mike is welcome on whatever. You know what? I should have Mike and Disparu on at the same time one time.
We're actually me and Disparu used to host a show together back in the day on
Really?
Yeah, on Josiah's channel. Yeah. We introduced him to a lot of American foods and he judged us probably pretty fairly actually.
I had him on. He was one of my first guests. I think he was my second guest actually. I had
That's
a lot
awesome.
of fun with Disparu.
I
yeah.
love Disparu. He's awesome.
He's great. Disparu loved. All right, here's the clip. Mike's got to see it.
It's real quick.
You can hear it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. It's
I didn't boomer it.
Someone wrote she did him dirty. This is CBS News covering a convention.
Comic-Con, can you stand at the feet of a 20-foot tall transformer named Optimus Prime? Or see a grown man dressed as Kung Fu Panda?
Oh no. Oh no.
That poor man. That was on the news. You know,
yeah, they
somebody in his
posted that
family saw
everywhere.
that. And you know, somebody in his family saw that and was like, bro, do a sit-up.
Yeah,
Like,
bro, you gotta go lose weight now. You have to. Yeah. You can't dress up anymore like these characters. Yeah.
you can't.
Or you gotta double down. You gotta go as Kung Fu Panda now to make up for it. Yeah. Oh my god.
Make it a joke.
Oh my gosh, I feel so bad for that guy. Wow, that's awful.
Yeah, you know what? Real quick, I'm gonna yell at Cody while we're live.
Cool. We have a $2 super chat, and you probably shouldn't read it.
I probably shouldn't read it.
Mm-mm.
Oh no, Chris Benoit, thank you for the $2. Oh, dark.
Yeah, he likes to show up in the Geeks and Gamers streams a lot,
and says
he
stuff
always,
like that makes you guys sad.
Yeah. Well, I laugh about it, but I shouldn't. I'm a big wrestling fan, so I remember when that happened, and I was
Me
like,
too.
oh, yeah, it was pretty bad.
I'm letting him know about the PP pick. That's the first.
Yeah, I want that
first
PP
order
pick.
of business.
I don't care about anything else in the world, just that PP pick. Yeah. I like how Vito dropped in there for 5 seconds to talk crap and then left. Are we allowed to swear in this stream?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I like how Vito showed up and talked shit for 5 seconds and then left. He just ran away. Well, he didn't run. I know he's not running anywhere. But he probably huffed away and wheezed a little bit when he laughing at his own jokes. I'm fat, so I can make that joke. Yeah. Fat people.
I told Cody, don't worry. He is aware now that he owes
I want my PP pic. Yeah, where's a picture of your PP that you promised to send me? Yeah. America's yes.
DM soon. He's got to get it worked out.
It's actually pretty good. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Yeah, he's something else. No, I love Camelot. He's awesome. Shout out to Ricada as well for having me on, hang out with those guys. Yeah, I don't know. That's really something.
Okay, there we go. And I will
Yeah.
talk to him. He'll if he's about to slide in your DMs, then he'll probably invite you on too.
Okay, I mostly just want the PP pick. He could be like, "Hey, man, you want to come on my stream for like the next 10 streams?" But I don't get a PP pick. I'm done.
I'm not. That's a deal breaker right there.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Yeah.
He better. He wants the damn PP. Okay. Yeah.
I don't like the
I had.
questions that are starting to get in the chat now. Yeah.
Americus is upset that you didn't ask him.
Yeah.
It looks like a Goomba here. I've heard the same thing, Slaglust. I've heard the
It
same.
has feet and it's just hairy. It's got little fangs.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I have a shout out to Skirmitar for making this. I have an emote of Mazza as a Goomba. It fits way too good. His face on the Goomba. Oh no, Mike's looking at his phone. Did you get a DM?
No, I was looking for my
it's all
DM.
unraveling live
I'm
right
so
now.
excited for my PP pick. I'm like, did you send it yet? I'm like getting all. They're like, why are you getting all sweaty? I'm just looking. I was just checking my DMs. No, I was just checking them. Yeah.
You want to go do karate in the garage while we're waiting?
Yeah. Oh man, it just yeah. Can you do another one of those intermissions? I'm just,
Okay,
no,
very
I'm just
good.
messing with
He's just going to take a picture of his pee and send it to you. I wouldn't be surprised.
you.
I would not be
wouldn't
surprised.
either. Goodness gracious. Are we don't we have
Got news for you.
don't we have topics?
We do. Let's
I'm
go.
trying to help your
Let's-
stream not be derailed.
It's fine. People are loving this because it keeps going up. The more we talk, the more that Mike
That's what
says
she
he wants
said.
a PP pick,
Yeah.
the more that it goes up.
The more I talk about PPs, the more it goes up. I got you. I feel that.
Ah.
Yeah.
Dun. I don't have that. Sorry.
That's okay. You don't
I'm
need
gonna
it.
have to get that.
You
I
should
do
not
a better
encourage
job.
me. I
I
have
should not
terrible behavior. Yeah. It's bad behavior.
Wow.
There you go. All right. That's it. All right. So Tom Cruise tried to play both sides during the SAG negotiations, but he can't champion the movies while also undermining the strike. Listen. Oh, look who's here, Mike. Hi,
There's
Cody.
nothing wrong with a little PP. I just haven't got it in my DMs yet, and I'm really sad about that.
He has
He
said
told
it
me
about
if I-
10 times on the stream so far. I want my PP.
He
pick.
told me if I
clips.
retweeted that picture or that video of him playing his guitar, he was going to send it to me, and I never got a single one.
Not a single PP.
No PPs in my DMs. Maybe a few PPs, but not the one I was looking for. So
Oh, really?
I'm just
Plot
kidding. I'm just
thickens.
giving. At this point, I'm just throwing.
better be
I'm just
careful,
throwing
dude.
stuff to the Legion of Memers. Just letting them
Oh,
take it.
I know. I'm surprised they haven't put you in the Barbie dress yet, but they didn't. They must not. I haven't seen any really in here, but I'm sure we'll get some stuff tomorrow. I want them to put Cody as patriarchy Ken. Like, come on, you've seen the movie. Can you?
Oh my
picture
god,
it?
he would be perfect. Yeah.
Right?
I look stupid. No, man, you look great.
No, bro. Cody, before you leave, Mike knows how to make his boobs dance. He knows how to make the boobies dance.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I did.
He just did. He did it. Look back on the stream. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm making a shirt
wink,
move.
wink. Oh, hold
Yeah.
on, hold on.
No, don't make it. Don't. Let me say. Don't.
I'm not gonna make it full screen. Don't worry. I'm just letting.
Yeah,
He's
we can
there.
make
You
him
go.
dance.
He's like, no,
Yeah.
don't full screen me, Wicked.
Yeah, please don't do that. I'm not ready for that.
I'm
Listen,
not
I've been
ready.
clipped enough as it is. Like,
You probably got. I'm really sorry for what might come out of this stream.
it's okay. I have no shame at this point. I've been on the internet long enough to just have given up on trying to have any kind of level of decency or any kind of anything. Yeah.
Nice. When Lulu says that, I
Nice.
think of
Thanks.
the South Park meme. Nice.
Yeah.
the guy, the
nice.
redhead guy. All right, so we derailed once again. Sorry, we're an hour and 38 minutes in, and we haven't even really covered
I'm
our
so
stuff.
sorry.
Whoops. No, it's okay. We're having fun. We had a
Yeah.
lot to talk about, and he
This is a
really wants
common
the PP pick.
occurrence.
It was about
Yeah.
10 minutes of PP pick talk, so I had to send Cody the
Yeah.
message.
We're not getting any topics until that happens. So yeah.
He will not. He's on strike. Speaking of the SAG strike, Mike
Yeah.
is now on strike until the negotiations for Camelot's PP pick come through.
I'm just filibustering at this point. Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
jeez.
so
Right.
Tom Cruise reportedly petitioned studios over AI and stunt performers during SAG negotiations. He also asked SAG to consider letting actors promote films while on strike for the sake of theaters. I don't think that's a bad ask.
Mhm.
I've never been on strike. PP Gate is more important. Oh, geez.
Oh no.
So, because yeah, for the sake of the theaters, because that's a big thing. Theaters, I don't know if they're not really considered small business. Maybe some of them, because there are some smaller theaters that aren't like Regal, AMC, and stuff. So when movies aren't coming out, then these theaters aren't going to be making money, but they still got to pay for existing. So I think that this was actually pretty solid of Tom Cruise to ask that, so that people are still going to go to the theaters and fill the seats because they need that.
Yeah. Well, and also from his perspective, because he's a producer in a lot of these films that he's does and stuff. For him, the incentive has to be, and for a lot of actors, the incentive has to be these films doing well, because if not, they're gonna all. What do you do without these films going to these movies going to theaters? Like, how do you? They're already having trouble calculating streaming services and how these people get paid from streaming and all that stuff. So going to the movies, and if you get a cut of the box office or you get a cut of the profits or whatever, you're going, cool. This movie made $1 billion, and I get a chunk of that now that goes into my wallet. I need that. Whereas streaming, it's like, cool. This movie was watched by 1 billion people. What do I get from that? And they're like, a big thumbs up.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I think it definitely is an incentive for him on both sides as an actor to want to still be in films and movies, because that's how he grew up doing it and got started.
Mhm.
And then also for him as a producer to be like, I need that I want that income. I want to keep growing and getting better. So yeah.
Yeah, and I guess Yahoo Entertainment agrees, because they said his attempt to play both sides makes sense. He's a man deeply concerned with the movies.
Yeah.
He actually cares. He's not just this whole strike thing. Oh my gosh. Like, I understand there's some good writers and there's some good actors that are lower level, but these big actors like Mark Ruffalo putting on his poor clothes and going to the picket line.
What a could you say I could swear? What a fucking asshole.
You know what, this right here for Mark Ruffalo, real quick, while we have a second to
Yes.
Move this man!
It's true.
should have done. Like, it's like, and you know what? His
I've ever
poor
seen,
clothes
yeah.
probably cost more than like a nice dress that I own. I bet you
Yeah.
that was still like an Abercrombie, or not Abercrombie, sorry, Armani. Well, Abercrombie's not exactly cheap, but it
Yeah.
probably was still like an Armani shirt. And,
Yeah.
and my thing is, these big actors that are, picketing and stuff, give some of your money to the lower, like, if you care, give some money to production. Take a cut. Like, you're making what, 40 million a movie? Somebody like The Rock makes like 50 million every movie.
Yeah.
You can cut your salary in half, baby boo. Okay, cut it in
Yeah.
half and give it to the production or the lower level actors. That's how you solve it. We talked about this on Toxic Femme, and a lot of good points were made. Like, yes, these CEOs, they're making too much money, probably, yeah, but they're still the CEO, so they should be making more money than their employees.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the actors are still their employees, right? But it's just like, and Fran Drescher, she's like the president. Guess how much Fran's worth? We looked this up. How much do you think Miss President of SAG is worth?
I'm gonna go on a limb, maybe say like $40 million.
Close, 30 million.
30, yeah.
But she's sitting there like, they took our jobs. Like,
yeah, well, that's the
dude.
thing. Yeah, it's multi-millionaires going after billionaires and telling the
Yeah.
people that have like $100 in their bank account that they gotta they're like, yeah, it's not fair that you're only getting paid this much. Also, I demand $16 million a movie.
You
Yeah.
know what killed me? What's the guy from Adam Ruins Everything? I forget his last name.
Yeah,
Is it
Adam Conover. Yeah,
Okay. Did you see his tweet asking people to donate
I did.
to the strike? And I'm like,
Yeah, they're like, yeah, because they're like, oh, you got to help fund this stuff. And listen, Adam is very good at speaking. His show, Adam Ruins Everything, when he first started out, was pretty cool.
it
And then
was.
it kind of fell apart once he started really getting into ideological stuff. I don't know if you've seen his interview on Joe Rogan. He got embarrassed, and it kind of exposed him a little bit, because he really didn't. A lot of his stuff became anecdotal, because the thing is, he's an actor. He has people write these scripts for him and come up with these topics and things like that to really work on this. He has a team of researchers. When he's sitting there with another guy that is more educated than he is, or I should say more informed than he is, he quickly got embarrassed because he's an actor, not, and I think that there's something to say about the fact that, yeah, asking people to donate. Hey, the public, if you like this, you got to donate to this cause to keep these writers and these actors and stuff that are lower guys, employed. And then, Mark Ruffalo's, like you said, walking around he's like a net worth of $30 million. I know he doesn't have $30 million sitting in his bank, but like, once again, yeah, what are you guys doing? What are you guys donating to this? How are you guys helping these people as well? Because if you said, hey, listen, I'm donating my salary to help these guys too, or I'm donating a chunk of money to help them too, like, then it almost does incite people to go, man, if they're giving money too, then I should be giving money. Pretending like you're like, oh, us poor measly actors and stuff, not to mention the fact that, we already know, I think the average is $100,000 for writers. See, it's 100,000. Yeah, WGA writers make on average an eye-popping $250,000 a year. But when you live in LA, where a one-bedroom house is, $800,000, that doesn't stretch. Like, it doesn't work for you. It's highly expensive to live in these places. But so why aren't you guys pushing for things like, I don't know, decentralization, so you're not having to go live in LA to make writing work? Because they did it in 2020. Everybody was locked in their homes. They were still writing shows and writing television remotely and stuff like that. And now they're calling you back to do that. I don't think people should have to deal with all of that. I think there should be a lot more freedom for people to live in different places in the United States instead of Hollywood. But none of that's conversation. It's about how can we get paid more? And Adam arguing, well, people should be able to make, we don't have health insurance as actors or health insurance as writers and stuff. Well, I'm like, yeah, you work commission. You write a show and you get paid based on your writing. And it sucks. And maybe you should get paid more if you can prove that things aren't scaling differently. But to look at a guy that has more money than you, go, he's making more money than I am, I need more money, isn't an argument.
No,
that's
it's
not how that works. Yeah.
No, it's about I understand certain things, like where they don't want their likeness to be put on AI. I do agree that AI can be used as a tool to help, like but not as the core what you're using, like not making movies completely with an AI written script or using someone's likeness. Like, I mean, we've seen this has been going on for a while. There's Tupac and Elvis concerts happening. Like that, it's pretty creepy, to be honest.
It's creepy, yeah.
Kind of like, but it's also a bit cool in a way to see how technology's advanced, but it's advanced so much that's part of that argument. I understand that, but like you said, oh, he's making more than me and I'm mad and I need to make more just because he's making more.
It's like, no, buddy, that's not how that works at all. Like, yeah,
and I didn't know that the cast of Oppenheimer left the premiere to go and write their pickets and join the strike.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, they're kind of not allowed to do anything else.
Yeah, that's true, and that sucks. So the movie that I'm kind of the most sad about it's been confirmed is Deadpool 3.
Yeah,
because we get some bad superhero movies, right? Like I didn't hate Guardians 3. It's not as good as the first. Like the first was great.
Yeah,
but it was all right. It was fine.
Yeah.
But Deadpool 3, I actually would go into that. We'll go into that whenever it eventually happens with high expectations, which I don't do that anymore with really any movie. Because Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. He does a fantastic job portraying Deadpool, and we know Hugh Jackman already did a good job as Wolverine. And that's the hype. It's not like they don't need to use the nostalgia to pull us in like they did with the Flash. I still didn't see that, but they nostalgia baited the hell out of us. Like I'm gonna eventually see it probably when it goes to like HBO Max. I can't stand what's his name? The
Ezra
Flash,
Miller.
Ezra Miller. But I love Michael Keaton. That is my favorite Batman. I love Michael Keaton because that's
Keaton's
the
amazing.
first Batman I ever seen. I know Adam West was the first Batman, but I didn't grow up watching that. I grew up in the 90s. So Michael Keaton. And then I also I did enjoy Val Kilmer's Batman too.
Val Kilmer's Batman.
He doesn't get enough props. I really love Val Kilmer. But
it's the
Michael
nipples.
Keaton is my
it threw
favorite.
Everybody off.
Yeah, but and it's funny because people kind of forget about the nipples because after George Clooney had the bat nipples, they were very very.
It got really gratuitous after a while. They're like just zoomed right in on him. Yeah, he's doing stuff. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
But yeah, so there's nothing else they can do, and I mean, this is it. That's all I want to talk about with this. Sorry, Dan Blackroyd made a point here. Cruz is just, and what's up, Dan? Cruz is just looking after self-interest here, pushing for AI and still wanting to promote. He is desperate to save mission, not just this one, but the next if the strike keeps up, not a savior.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course he's looking out for self-interest, but I still think even though he's looking out for himself, I agree that the theaters, we don't want the theaters to go down because of this.
Yeah.
It is self-interest, though. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. But I mean, like for people that do have local theaters, because where I live, we do have a couple smaller local theaters and stuff. I would hate to see them close because people aren't going to see movies. It would be nice to see those businesses continue and do things. And you know, I would love to see going back to the movies become an event again instead of becoming, you know, kind of a chore for some people, which things like companies like Disney are kind of to blame for that because, you know, you have Marvel releasing 3-4 movies a year. At one point, it was Marvel releasing 3 movies. Star Wars had 2 coming out, and then like Pixar had 2 or 3 coming out. It's like, how do you keep up with all of that? You can't. Like, it's impossible. You know, and then like 2 remakes in the same year. It's like going to the movies just became like a weekly thing that you could go do, or sometimes had to do if you're a movie reviewer. You had to stay on top of it and stuff. It's nice to have consistent content and consistent things to go watch and see. But there was getting to a point where it was like it was eclipsing everything. And I would love to see more of a focus on quality again instead of just how can we just keep throwing things at the wall.
Yeah,
so.
and Disney's they're big with that because they could.
Yeah.
These live actions are getting annoying. But movies like their live action Cinderella was really good, and I know even a lot of guys, enjoyed that too. It's a princess movie, but they did a good job with it. And Richard
Kate
Madden was great as
Blanchett is evil stepmother.
Wonderful. Lily James was a beautiful Cinderella.
Yeah.
Richard Madden is my celebrity crush, and I actually didn't know that he was playing Prince Charming. I went into it and was like, oh, okay. And then he popped up on screen, and I was like, this movie's gonna be fantastic.
She blushed. She was like, oh well,
but
it's a whole nother movie. Yeah,
it was very well done. That's how you should do a live action if you're gonna do it. And after that, it just went downhill.
Yeah.
I think it was on Camelot stream yesterday. Nina pulled up a picture of the Snow White dress. The live action Snow White dress and compared it next to Lily James' dress, and it's night and day. It's absolutely stunning, gorgeous, and then it's just when you see cosplayers pulling out these beautiful dresses, and then you see what Disney do, it's like, what are you doing? And somebody tried to argue with it. She actually pulled up her tweet. Someone tried to argue, like, well, this is a behind the scenes shot of the Snow White dress, and hers is a set dress, like they're filming. So then she takes a picture of Lily James offset in the dress, and it's still stunning and beautiful. She's like, there you go. Well, what do you got to say now? And they didn't say anything, I don't think. But it's really sad.
Absolutely.
And Wolfsbane, thank you for the $5. Anyone else root for Ken and Barbie? Absolutely. Ryan Gosling was my favorite part of the movie. Treated like shit by Barbie for how long? Years, decades. And the moment she gets a little of that, she crumbles. That's a good point. She did. Yeah. She just gave up. She did. And that's another thing. Like the movie, the messages were just weird in that movie and mixed.
Yeah. The movie's constantly fighting against itself. As to what it really wants to talk about and how it really wants to what the messages is trying to share, and it's pretty obvious.
It is.
But yeah, I also agree. But yeah, Disney's taking like a turn it and burn it approach, which is like you basically like. I mean, I used to work in an industry where turn it and burn it meant just do what you can to make it work and then move on because like you don't have time to put all this time. Effort and production value into a movie when you got 2 other movies on the slate that you also got to look at and work on and get done. It became quantity over quality. So, and that's been really frustrating. I mean, it's quite obvious that that's what's happening right now and is, like turn it and burn it. Like how many movies can we get on a year? We hope to capitalize on that, but now they're starting to get diminishing returns so badly that they're like, okay, maybe we got to stop and do something differently because the money making machine ain't printing money anymore. So
yeah. I think I've always said this, and obviously it's kind of common sense. You just got to hit them where it hurts, and it's their wallet. So if people keep just sailing the high seas, Jack Sparrow in these Disney movies, maybe it'll make a difference because they're not going. Little Mermaid was awful.
Yeah.
What's up, Jay? Mike never checks his Twitter. Why are you ignoring Jay? That's really rude, Mike.
I literally looked at my DMs. He's not in my DMs, and I saw I was tagged in something on Twitter. So
He's like,
maybe I should
"Listen,
just. What I need to do is I just need to leave my phone like sitting right here. I'm just like looking at my tweets to make sure I'm. The only thing right now I'm concerned with concerning Twitter is my PP pick, and I still don't got
Oh,
one.
Jay doesn't know the PP pick lore.
I know Jay's like, what? I'm not sending you a PP pick. I'm like, not you, Jay.
Here you go,
Looking-
Jay. I don't think Jay knows I have this clip. This is perfect. Here you go.
That's so messed up. That's messed up.
Jay's awesome.
Mike has been talking about PP picks for 20 minutes, and
20
it's very
minutes,
messed up.
By the
It's
way,
very
speaking
messed
of Jay, that you have a little book behind you there.
Yeah. I have to move it over. I switched my stuff because I switched my shelves and I don't like it now because you can't see Spike.
Yeah, you got to be able to see the spike.
You do.
Yeah,
I'll
with him
probably,
with
I
his
had him
shirt
right
open.
here, but when I had him right here, it looked like he was judging me.
Oh yeah, you don't want that. Yeah, you don't want
Yeah,
Spike
so I had to
overshadowing
move
you,
it.
but yeah.
But yes, I actually was one of the lucky people that got a book a while ago. It's wonderful. And everyone's getting
Yeah.
their books now.
Yeah, I got an early copy to read. I handed it. My daughter went, "Can I read that first?" She read it first before I did. She's like, "Dad, you got to read this. This is wonderful. Oh, I love
Aw.
this book." So yeah, shout out to
Yeah.
Jay. He did a great job. Seriously, and yeah. Hopefully,
Does that mean
yeah.
I don't want to know what that means? Because Mike was talking about PP pics and he's like, "Oh, he checked his Twitter." I don't want to know.
He
I
just
don't want
tagged
to
me.
know.
Said
I'm
me and
kidding.
Josiah need to get on some stuff concerning, I mean, I'm not saying confirming or denying that maybe me and Jay and Josiah have talked about things, and maybe one day, something might come of
Ooh,
some stuff
that's
that Jay's been working
exciting.
on. Yeah.
Nice.
I can't confirm or deny anything, but I'm just saying, maybe talks have happened, possibly.
First thing
You
I
know.
pop up, Epic Mike retweeted one of Jay's pictures. There you go.
Yeah.
Did you just
There we
do that
go.
because he yelled at you?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
100%.
No, I love Jay. I loved his book. It was awesome. And yeah, if somebody was gonna work on animating that and put, somebody wanted to
I would love
do
to see
something
it
about that.
animated.
Yeah, I would too.
Somebody get on it.
Yeah, somebody get on it. I'm not saying who, just somebody.
Oh, you're getting yelled at, Mike.
I-
Yes, you
I
something
haven't-
important.
I'm literally looking at my I don't know what he sent me. I'm looking at my tweets right now, or I don't have anything.
Who are you wowing at? I didn't do anything.
Yeah, that's what
Mike
I'm saying.
probably
Jay
did, though.
came in here and he's just disrupting everything. I'm looking at my tweets. I can even see Jay here. I'm seeing Camelot. There's no PP pick. I'm looking
Wow.
at Jay.
Cody
There's
just
nothing here.
fucking-
What am I
he's
getting
just
asked about?
doesn't want to send Mike. That's how many times. Listen, I am out of my mojito's empty, so I can't take a shot
Ooh.
every time Mike says PP.
Mike
pick.
says that.
He has said
Wow.
he has said
I'm
it a
really-
lot. Okay.
I'm really in on this. I'm tripling down on it, like the CW, we're just tripling down on things,
he needs the PP pick. That's the
I
only.
really need it.
He's on strike. We're in negotiations. He will not go on Camelot's stream until he gets the PP pick.
Yeah,
I will handle your negotiations. I'm a wonderful negotiator. I got you.
I'm good. I'm happy
I'm on
about
it.
this. No, I don't know what Jay wants from me, but Jay, if you listen, I don't even have a text message from you. I'm looking at everything.
You might be being trolled right now. Jay, are you
Probably.
trolling Mike? On my stream, we are trying to be professionals right now. I got a topic that we got to talk about. We're
I'm
busy.
the most professional that
Hello,
has ever been on
Homer
a
O.
stream.
Simpson.
Hi, welcome. This is an awesome stream, so I'm glad you're here.
It is. We're having a lot of fun. We have gone off topic like 20 times now. I'm pleasantly surprised though that he's the only guy that's admitted that there was funny parts in the Barbie movie, and props
Yeah.
for that little fist bump.
Hold on. Yep.
I do the same thing. I don't know which way to go. There you go.
Boom. Good.
Because
No,
I
you made
didn't
it
love
work.
it. I just didn't hate it. People are like, you didn't hate it, and I'm like, oh God, for
No.
freaking bid, I thought something was funny.
Yeah,
There's
there
funny
are
parts.
funny parts to be had if I'm looking at it going, I know what to expect from this film.
Exactly.
Exactly. But yeah, the worst movie ever. No, the cinematography and editing and stuff is great.
I love the whole Barbie thing. We talked about this already, but where they make it seem like a little girl is handling the Barbie. She just kind of flies off the thing. When she drinks, I love when she goes to the real world and she takes a drink and it just goes all over her face. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not used to there being anything
It's normally
in that.
empty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
I hear that all the time. Speaking of that, I'm gonna be on Simpcast tomorrow.
Ooh.
It'll be a fun time.
I'm gonna be honest, I've been
I
trying
don't
to get
hear
on
it.
Simpcast too.
Aw, well, don't.
But Chrissy told me I needed
Listen,
bigger boobs.
but listen, if the Legion does the Barbie dress, you might get in. She might look at it
I
and
might
be
be
like,
able to prove. I'll be like, look, Chrissy, look at how
"Look
big
what
my
I
boobs
got,"
are.
and then let her know that you can make your boobs dance.
Yeah,
Give
she
Cam a
said I
lot of run
needed.
for his money.
She said I needed to be at least a C cup, so I gotta work on that.
Gotta work on it. Do some like chest workouts. You got this.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go get breast implants, just like my
I'm
ear
just gonna-
implants. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You just have America's gonna come back now.
Yeah,
You
he's
said
like, what?
ears.
Yeah, he was like he's like sitting there like half asleep, and he's like, I heard ears. I gotta come back. Yeah.
Mike's ears, they exist.
Yeah.
Stanky. Oh my god.
She almost read it. Oh,
Just read it. Stanky. Thank you for the $10.
You're not gonna read the rest?
You wanna?
Stanky pussy. Pussy.
Are the Kens in the Barbie movie secretly mega? The Kens were building a wall, and there are no Mexicans. A foreign Latina and her daughter infiltrate Kendom and start a feminist socialist revolution. Oh my god!
Yeah.
I did
That's actually-
not even think it. Did you think of that?
No,
at all.
not
I
at all. That's amazing.
Stop.
Wow.
Thank you for the $10.
Mexicans is pretty good too. Damn, that's actually really funny.
There's a thumbnail up. I'll have to look. I hope they got a good picture of me. I'm sure.
Do you take bad pictures?
Sometimes.
I doubt that. Yeah, I doubt that.
Aw, thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
Well, and there he is.
Yeah, he heard like so fast. What happened? He's like, I sensed it. I sensed ears. Yeah, that's why I wear I have in ears even. So I'm like,
Have you-
yeah. He's like,
I think Mike
heels
kind
for
of has little
ears.
ears like me, little ear gang. Let's go.
Yeah, well,
I don't
my
know, but
ears
you have a
long.
really big fro, so maybe
It's
that's
the
just
hair.
taken
It makes
away.
everything look smaller. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, with the cosplay pic, so then I'm probably gonna be happy with it. I wonder if it's canary and people are gonna think I'm blonde, and then when I come on some guys, they're gonna be like, "Who is this brunette?
Yeah, where's that blonde chick
Where's
that I
that
saw in the
blonde
thumbnail?
chick?"
Yeah, get her out here. Yeah.
Crap, I forgot. Oh, have you seen Scream Queens?
I have not. I've heard
Oh,
it's
you
good,
should. You
though.
should at least watch they're both good. It's only 2 seasons. It's funny.
Okay.
Billie Lord, Carrie Fisher's daughter, is in it, and
Yeah.
she pays homage to her mom. She wears earmuffs throughout the whole. That's her thing. She always wears
Okay.
earmuffs, and it's supposed to be a callback
That's
to Leia
awesome.
for her mom. And I think Carrie died. Maybe I don't know if she was. I have to look at the timeline for the second season, but she might have been passed when they did the second season. But she was around for the first season, so she's seen that she did that for her. But
That's
the
awesome.
joke in it is that she had a stalker that was obsessed with her ears. So you know that's you now. So that's why
I'm
she
gonna
wore
start-
the earmuffs. They even wrote
I'm gonna
that
start
into
braiding
it.
my hair around my ears.
Space buns, epic Mike. Listen, I can't believe the Legion hasn't done it. You might. I think we're gonna wake up tomorrow.
Yeah,
And,
I'm gonna regret all this stream tomorrow.
He's gonna be on a Barbie dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
Oh, it's my
earmuffs.
Baroness. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like my Baroness.
Oh yeah, you killed it with that one too.
I
The
had
Yennefer one is my
everyone-
favorite because
Aw, thank you.
yeah, like I think Yennefer's outfit in Witcher 3 is like one of the coolest outfits ever. Yeah. So
Yes, what's up, Trey? Yeah, Ken is easily the best part of the movie. I loved Ryan Gosling, but listen, but Alan was pretty cool too. Mike
Yes.
made a good point, Trey, that Alan, they should have made him the antagonist and made like Barbie and Ken like band together. Like he's so mad that he's like the behind guy, you know.
Yeah.
That's Mike.
I would've
Rewrite
loved that movie.
Barbie. We need a epic Mike Barbie script.
yeah, well, I could have done it.
You could
It's a
have,
lot
and you would have done
cheaper.
it way
Yeah.
better.
Yeah,
$20.
I could- yeah, $20. I'll do
$20.
it. I'll take off my shirt and do it. Yeah.
I'll take off my shirt and write the script.
Oh man.
Mike is being spicy tonight. He's talking about peepees, ears, and taking his shirt off. And he made his boobs dance twice.
I really should have warned you ahead of time. This is pretty typical.
I had
of the
no
stream.
idea. I thought Mike was like a nice little like Christian boy, but no, he would likes peepees. I'm kidding. Oh, that's gonna get clipped.
I can't.
sorry,
Yeah,
Mike.
that's out of my hands that time. That's not even shame. He's like, he likes peepees. It's gross. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I have fake Instagram accounts, 18 and up content apparently that I didn't know existed.
Oh,
Thanks,
I thought it was like you were making fake accounts of yourself.
No,
you, like,
it's
reach out
happened
to
to me
people?
twice now. I don't
Wow.
know. But
I
yeah,
had a-
they're fake accounts.
I had a friend who had that happen to her one time. and it was like they were sharing and they're like, oh, 18 plus or whatever. And she's like, yo, this isn't me, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh man, that's crazy. Like, yeah, because I'm like, yeah, you obviously don't like it was like a link to like an OnlyFans and like a couple other things. I was like, you obviously don't have an OnlyFans and stuff. And she's like, I do have an OnlyFans. That's just the wrong link. And I was like, oh, cool. Well, I didn't mean to. That was information I didn't need, but I appreciate that. So yeah, it's kind of weird though. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it got taken down because what they do is when they create it, they block the person they're copying. But I had like 5 people send me like this exists, and I had a person.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you had 5 other accounts.
Oh yeah, no. So I had people send it to me, and I'm like, I wonder that someone sent it, and I seen that there was 1 follower, and I'm like, who's that 1 follower that thinks that I made an 18 and up account? It's probably someone that knows me, and I'm like, I wonder how many people clicked on the link. Because I know boys can be like dirty birdies and they think like, oh, so like Wicked has gone this route. She's got an OnlyFans now. Click.
Yeah.
And then your whole bank account got drained and it's not my fault because you're being a dirty birdie. I don't know how that works. I know
that's the nicest thing I've ever heard. Dirty birdie. That's like such a nice way of saying it instead of calling them perverts or something.
Yeah.
Well, you disgusting degenerates.
Yeah. Tara has an idea. Here's an idea. $500 worth of donations in a stream. Next stream, you do one of your cosplays. Audience decides which one with a poll vote. That's not a bad idea, Tara. Cody's been on me about doing like a thing, and I think I'm not gonna do like what Zia does. She's gorgeous and she's a sweetheart. I met her yesterday. She does like the bikini thing when she hits, and I told her to raise it. She gets it to 200. I'm like, raise it to 500. Like get a $500 goal, and you put a bikini on. Easy, yeah. So I think she's gonna do that now. But I didn't know what to do. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not gonna do like fight milk. I'm not gonna do like where I chug a whole bottle or like not bottle, like cup of liquor because then that's not good for me. No. So I'm trying to figure it out, and that's not a bad idea, Tara. Thank you for that.
Cosplay one would be cool, like
because I have a whole bin of cosplays. I got a lot.
Yeah, you could do like if you did like even if you did like Harley Quinn, like that's always a popular one or something because you have the bat and everything. You start to stream out. Yeah, you're ready to go.
Beware. No, kidding.
Boom. Yeah.
Boom. Yeah, it probably is Mazza, Dan. Mazza is the fake account.
It's 100% Mazza. Yeah, he's making 100. A fake account, and he followed himself. He followed his own account because he forgot he made the fake one. Because that's how Mazza does.
He was the. Oh, it's Netflix Mando. Okay, that's my co-host for Unplugged. It's on Mando's chat, but we decided that we really needed to, jump into the whole diverse stuff, and now there's Netflix Mando. I replaced her.
Boom. I like that. That's funny.
Alita, maybe that would be a fun one.
Well, that would be dope. Yeah.
I have some ideas coming up. I'll spoil this one because it's gonna be by the time I do it, you guys will probably forgot. But I really want to do Nightwing. That's my favorite Bat family member. I need to do Nightwing. Cosplay, I mean. All right.
Wow, that's getting clipped. That'll get clipped more than whatever I said tonight got clipped. Oh. She's like, I really want to do Nightwing.
Cosplay is Epic Mike, but make it Epic Michelle.
Yeah. Just all you gotta do
is just have the flowy hair too.
Just put on a fake fro and be like, hi, I'm Epic Michelle.
I love Justice League.
Yeah, I love PP. Where's my PP pics? Yeah, that's all you have to do is
where are my
PP pics? You nailed it. Yeah.
Like I said it quietly because I'm like, shoot, if I say that loud, it's gonna get taken out of context, and I don't want to look at DMs if I say that. So
no, yeah.
I can't say that. I can't say that.
That is actually dangerous for a woman.
It's very dangerous.
Social media.
It is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I say it, and nobody responds to it. And
especially the person that you want. Cody's really holding back for somebody who really likes to show himself off. I thought that you would have gotten the message live on chat.
I'm practically begging for it, and you wouldn't give it to me. Oh, this topic. Yeah, you have a topic on
this topic. I know we're finally getting to another topic, guys. Sorry, we're over 2 hours. If you have to go, let me know because I usually only go for 2 hours. But this happened with Disparu too. We were like the parents, like when you're getting ready to walk out the door and the kids like, come on, and then you just like start talking. Not that they want us to go. Everyone's enjoying us, but I'm saying like. No.
I have like 20, 30 more minutes.
All right, that's fine. Well, we can finish in that time.
Because I know that
the kids are like, can we go? And then we just keep talking to the like people's house we're at. Like, wait, hold on.
Yeah, you're like, look at them. You're like, yeah, honey, we're getting ready to leave right now. Go to the car, and you make your kids wait in the car for like 20 minutes because you're still talking, and they're like, what?
Yeah, I've been there because I mean, I talk a lot. I was raised by an Italian mother, so she she could talk. And there was a lot of
She could
times I'd be like,
talk.
listen, I'm like, I want to go home.
Yeah.
And she'd be
You
like,
giving her the
5
universe
more
is fine. I want to
minutes.
go home. That's the only thing I know that's Italian. Just that.
That's Mike speaks fluent Italian.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
gracious.
Corey says we have topics, but we'd rather hear about PP pics. I know you guys
Yeah.
would. You dirty birdies. Listen.
Yeah.
Nintendo rumored to be developing Luigi and Zelda movies with Illumination.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I loved the Mario movie. I loved it. I thought it was great. The little Easter eggs were wonderful. I actually kind of hope I want a Donkey Kong movie, but I don't know if I can listen to Seth Rogen for an hour and a half. That was my one. You know who would have been great? Was Patrick Warburton should have been Donkey Kong. Kronk.
He could have
from
been a
Emperor's
good.
New Groove. He would have been a great Donkey Kong.
Yeah, he could have been a good Donkey Kong. Yeah.
I just
I
don't
agree.
want to. I can't stand Seth Rogen's laugh. I just can't stand Seth Rogen in
Yeah.
general. And Donkey Kong is my favorite. I don't know if IP is that the right from Nintendo. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're my
IP, yep.
favorite. That's my favorite. I love Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong 64 is my favorite video game. It's
Oh, yeah.
I love that game so much. I can't wait for the Universal Epic Universe to come. I always say Epic Verse, by the way, just so you know. When I'm talking about Universal's Epic theme park, I'm like Epic Verse. People are like, "Oh, with
this
Mike
is why
and
copyright
Matthias."
is important, because we had to get that name really fast, or else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because if Epic Universe was like, "Hey, Epic Verse is a pretty catchy name," then you get a letter in the mail. Yeah.
Yeah, Universal already owned. No, it's a good thing you guys got it, because they probably would have called it that.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited for it. I can't wait for the Donkey Kong roller coaster that they have coming.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this. In the movie, when they had Luigi in the woods and he's like, "Oh," and he had his little flashlight, I was like,
Oh yeah.
that's a call back to Luigi's Mansion, and I loved it. So I'm like, I hope they do that. And I'm guessing if they do a Luigi movie, that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah. Luigi was one of my favorite parts of the film.
Oh, I love Chris Pratt as Mario, but overall, like with the games and everything, I like Luigi more than Mario.
Okay, that's fair. I can respect that. Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
In the games, Mario's kind of a bit of a sociopath. If you've ever seen like the theories on that, where it shows and it actually breaks down, like there's a scene, and I think it's Mario Tennis, where like when Luigi wins, Mario's like congratulating him, but then he steps on his shoe and like grinds, and it's in the game. He does weird things
snap.
like that. And I'm like, damn, Mario.
Yeah, Mario can't handle it. He's like, "Yo, my taller, better brother." That's kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't like that.
Better brother, exactly.
Yeah, he's trying to hold him back. Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot. It's weird. I watched that and I was like, damn, this kind of, it's not that it ruined the Mario movie for me, but I'm like, you know what? Luigi over Mario.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down for it. The one I'm excited about is Legend of Zelda. Like,
yeah, that'll be good. So I watched a video on this, and it actually makes sense that if you remember in the movie, they had a lot of little Easter eggs, like you've seen Little Mac in there. They even had the old school Donkey Kong in there. They had Icarus in there somewhere.
Yeah,
It was like
Kid
on a
Icarus.
wall.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of Nintendo characters that they showed. They didn't show anything from Zelda.
Yeah.
And that's probably because they're gonna make their own Zelda movie. So that was smart.
Yeah. Especially if they're not interconnected fully or something, or it's its own world or whatever, which I think is smart, kind of see how they all individually do. Because obviously a lot of people's hope is that they're going to do a Smash Brothers movie, which I would love that. I would love to see a Smash Brothers movie. Yeah.
Even if they did like a little short, like a short like cartoon, I would love that. I love Smash Brothers. I would play it more on streams, but Nintendo Online is just
awful.
Yes, there's at least one time during a stream when we're playing Mario Kart, somebody gets kicked, and usually after that, it's like former people are like, "Oh, that disconnected."
Yep.
Like, thanks, Nintendo.
People lagging for no reason. Phantom items, those are my favorite.
Phantom items.
Yeah.
So Nintendo is rumored to be working on a pair of new animated movies with Illumination tied to Legend of Zelda and Luigi, following the massive success of the Super Mario Bros. Movie at the box office this year. It has been essentially guaranteed that Nintendo would look to make a bigger play in the movie space now that renewed focus. I hate when they write articles and it's like the sentence just stops there. There's no period. I'm confused. Anyways, the rumor in question happens to come from Zippo, the lighter company,
Yeah.
who has some accurate scoops in the like that's the only thing I could think of. Relation to Nintendo. Revealed in their latest blog, it was said that Nintendo happens to be working on 4 projects in total. One of these is a sequel to the Super Mario Brothers movie, while the other is a Donkey Kong project. Okay.
Ooh,
Like I want Donkey Kong, but I don't want to
yeah.
listen to Seth Rogen.
I
I just
don't want to hear Seth Rogen.
no.
Yeah.
He didn't have the biggest role in the movie. When he laughed, I was just like, it doesn't match Donkey Kong either. He should be
No.
more bassy, like Patrick
100%.
Warburton,
Yeah.
or even John Goodman.
Yeah. Well, who was the guy that did? I mean, they had the TV show Donkey Kong. I kind of dug his voice in that too, but it wasn't Seth Rogen.
No,
I don't know. Yeah, Seth Rogen was a bad
I don't know
call.
what that was. Trey, are you in here? Someone might know. If you guys know, drop in the chat, please. When it comes to, oh, sorry, I skipped. The latter 2 animated films are then said to center around The Legend of Zelda, with the other being a spin-off from the Mario Brothers movie that focuses on Luigi. When it comes to this Luigi-centered movie, details are currently quite sparse on what it may revolve around. In the video game space, Luigi's most famous standalone title happens to be Luigi's Mansion. Yeah, for sure. Which is a title that centers around light horror elements. Luigi's own voice actor Charlie Day has previously expressed interest in developing an animated movie tied to Luigi's Mansion. As such, this seems to be the most likely option for an independent Luigi movie would be tied to. As for the potential Zelda movie, this rumor in question states that the film is an amalgamation.
Amalgamation.
Amalgamation. That is a very long word.
Yes, it is.
Of very different Zelda games, rather than looking directly to directly adapt entries in the series such as Ocarina of Time or Wind Waker. Additionally, it's said that the main character of the movie, Link, would indeed speak, which isn't normally seen in the Zelda video games. Yeah, he just kind of like makes noises.
Yeah.
Currently,
Pretty much.
Illumination itself has already shot down these rumors tied to the Zelda movie, but if the animation studio and Nintendo ever look to expand beyond the world of Super Mario Bros., it seems likely that Zelda would be the first in line to receive its own adaptation to the big screen.
That's rad.
Yeah, they're probably gonna keep it hush hush until they are seriously in development, because that would really be a miss. People love Zelda. I didn't not that I dislike Zelda, but growing up I didn't play Zelda, and I'm gonna start doing it now because I was very particular. I was into Mario. The first game I ever played when I was 4 was Street Fighter, and I beat my older brother once I learned the Chun-Li kick for the Super Nintendo one. It was I don't know what year it was, but I was only 4. It was like mid 90s. Yeah, and he was really mad. He's 5 years older than me, and he's like, "Mom, she's cheating. I don't want to play with her anymore." Because I would, because he's still a kid too. But I was really good. I mean, it's once you learn that button on Chun Li, like it's over.
It's over.
You can't beat that kick. And I was just so excited, like, yeah, beating my brother, because he always had to help me. Like the first game I ever beat was Super Mario Brothers, but I had help from him and my older cousin. And
That's
then I love the Super Mario Brothers game. But then another reason why Donkey Kong 64 is my favorite game is because that was my first system that was mine. The Jungle Green 64. I got that for Christmas, and it was mine, not my brother's. And I was like, yeah. And I got the Donkey Kong 64. I played that. I stayed up. I would stay up and not go to sleep. I mean, come on, the 90s, because we did this all the time.
I love Donkey Kong 64. Yeah.
That game is so long. There's so much to do.
Yeah.
Like I told you, I have the shout out to Mark the Cyborg for sending me the emulator because they don't have it on Switch. And I was talking on his stream, or I think I had X-Ray Girl on, and Mark was in the chat like, "Got you, hold on." And then 2 minutes later, my DM's like, "There's Donkey Kong 64. There's the emulator." So gotcha. So I've been playing it on my stream, and I'm like, it's gonna take me a year to beat it. And people are like, really, a year? I'm like, do you remember how much stuff there is to do on Donkey Kong 64? If I only play this once a week or even twice a week, it's gonna take me a while still to beat it. I still didn't even save all the Kongs. Like there's so much to do. Games were so intricate back then. Like not that they're not now, but I feel like you could beat a game these days in 4 hours. You could not beat Donkey Kong 64 in 4 hours. You won't even have all the levels unlocked in 4 hours.
Yeah. Well, it's just like a different approach to gaming. I mean, I played the original Zelda. I played a few of them, but the one that freaked me out was Ocarina of Time, because I remember playing it. I was like, oh, this is really cool. And you're playing as this little kid and stuff like that. And then you hit this moment in the game, and I was like, what? Because this really crazy thing happens. And then the title screen hits, and I was like, oh, That was the
That's it?
tutorial. Okay.
Oh,
Like I'm
okay.
just getting started, and then like they're like, "Hey, man, there's like a whole open world that you got to walk around in." And there's a lot to do, and I appreciate that. Other than the water level, the water temple is kind of the worst. So
I've heard that actually. So this lady, she's adorable. This lady that I go to at my PO box, she's like always there.
yeah,
Um and she's always talking to me about Zelda. She's playing the new Zelda game, and she's like, "I got
that's
stuck on
awesome.
this. Like right now, I gotta stab Zelda with a sword." And she's talking about like all this stuff that she like. Every time I come in, she's so. It's I think it's cute that she gets so excited and
That's
talks to
funny.
me about it. Yeah, she's like, "Girl," when I come in, she's this sassy older black lady, and I'm like, you know what? Do you like? She's older and she loves her
Funny.
Switch. I got my new Switch. I can't wait." Before it came
Right.
out, she just I don't know. I guess she just knew I played games, but yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that.
Hokies, thank you for the $10. Redeems DK Rap for Americas. Oh,
It's been so long.
I know the
I
words, but
saw
I'm not
that.
gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
I don't remember the words
I
to the
remember
Donkey
all of
Kong
them.
rap. It's been so long. I used to know it by heart back in the day, but it's been probably
DK
15 years.
Donkey
Yeah.
Kong.
DK,
He's the
yeah.
leader of the
Donkey.
bunch. Come on, let me trigger the memory. You know him well. He's finally back. Finish it. To kick some.
I don't remember.
He
I'm
doesn't
sorry.
remember. He doesn't want to rap, Mike.
I know. I don't also want to rap because I don't want to. Yeah, that's one thing I don't want clipped. Like Mike
Oh,
can
you're
rap.
right. That's
See,
why I'm
you
not doing
got
it.
the
I
guy
know.
with the fro
You got the
rapping.
beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we
Yeah.
finished this. We're getting ready to end here. This was the
Yeah.
last thing that we were gonna just. We don't need to read the article. I just wanted
I'm
to
just
giggle about this.
heartbroken over not getting a pee pick. I'm just gonna go cry. So
Don't. I will bully. Don't worry. I'll bully Cody in DMs. I got you.
I will
I
make
will.
sure he sends
I
you a
will
pee
get
pick.
just wretchedly mean in the DMs
Yeah.
about it. I'll tell him I'll never come on his ladies' night stream ever again if he never sends.
Yeah.
If he doesn't send you a PP pic.
Yeah.
So this I thought was kind of funny. The Flash earned less than Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern at the domestic box office. That
Does
is,
anything pop up? I'm not seeing anything.
you're not? It's
I'm
showing for
not.
me. Hold on, let me try
I'm
again.
not seeing anything. No.
Uh-oh. Are you seeing it stream?
I'm watching the stream right now. I'm not seeing anything.
Nothing's popping up? Oh no. What? I'm sharing it.
It's
There's no
hating
sound.
you.
It
No.
hates StreamYards hates me. We're trying to finish
Yeah.
up.
It doesn't want it to end. See, it's holding out for me as well. It's the internet's got my back.
Yeah. Well, we don't have a picture. It's just the Flash earns less than Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern at the domestic box office, and that's kind of embarrassing.
That is very embarrassing considering how bad Green Lantern was received.
And when it came out,
yeah,
too, like how long ago was that? Like 15 years ago? 13, something like that?
Yeah, something like that. I think it was, yeah. It was a while ago. Yeah. That's really embarrassing. Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah. Well, that's it. We were just gonna talk about that. There was a picture that was funny of Ezra Miller, like, and then like just the Green Lantern in the background. That's it. We didn't miss much. But it's a masterpiece. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So what do you got going on, Mike? What's coming up next? Any streams or
So yeah, you can I always am on something. Every Monday you can catch me on Geeks and Gamers Mario Kart. Tuesdays you can usually catch me on Tuesday night's main event. Tuesday mornings. This is a fun one. Tuesday mornings at 11, you can catch me on Amanda Daywalker comedy stream. We host a podcast called Day Talker where Amanda tries her hardest to get her channel demonetized, and I try to prevent that from happening. That's not the purpose of the streams, but that's what it's become. No, we just have a good time just talking about different things. Amanda Daywalker comedy is awesome. So yeah, go check out her channel. And then you can catch me every Thursdays in the morning on Geeks and Gamers Tabletop, Secrets of the Frost Maiden. Check me out there. That's a good time. And then yeah, be looking for me on kick.com/Epic Mike.
Oh, you are on Kick?
I am on Kick now. We had Twitch. I was on Twitch. I actually just did my last stream on Twitch because
okay. Well, hold on, I'm gonna fix that then. Also in the description because I have.
See,
I
didn't
was
give her
looking for your.
anything.
Yeah, I usually just look at and do the research myself, and
Yeah,
I
haven't
didn't see
updated I haven't updated my links or anything because I just did it like on a fly the other night just because Twitch is just the worst now.
Well, here, I'll make sure I'll edit it in the descriptions for you. But there's like Kick. He's at
No, I appreciate that.
94. Guys, we need. Oh wait, no, you're good. You need 75. You just need the hours. Then there you go.
Yeah, I haven't streamed it at all yet, so
Okay, so let's get him
Yeah.
to at least 100. Go show him some love.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
Get
and
that
just people
5-hour
can-
stream up,
Yeah,
and then you'll
we're
be
gonna get that
monetized
going.
immediately.
Yeah, I kind of like Kick. I'm liking what they got going on there. So
I like it a
yeah.
lot. I haven't streamed on Twitch in almost 3 months now. I planned
Yeah.
on, doing once a week, going over on Twitch and like promoting Kick, but it's just like once you start on Kick,
You
it's
just don't wanna go back.
yeah. Oh, sorry about that. Well, you got a follower though. You're welcome. He's gonna talk about your ears on Kick now.
Yeah,
But yeah.
he's
Oh wait,
like,
am
"Hey."
All right, let's see. Refresh real quick. What do we got? He's at 97 already. Look at that. You got a
Boom.
few. Let's get him to
And be
100,
sure
guys.
to keep your eyes on Epicverse. We're on Epicverse on Twitter, epicverse.tv. You can also get merch over there. We have a link to the merch store. We also have merch on 221B Tactical, just an awesome shirt. It's got this logo on. It's got a custom logo on it. It's actually like custom logo of our Phoenix. So yeah, you go check that out. But yeah, keep your eyes on it. We've dropped some teasers on various live streams and stuff like that, but probably next few months here we'll have a lot more to show, guys. We're really excited about what we're working on. And despite whatever Vito tries to say in chat, he's never seen anything, so don't listen to him. Yeah,
Here's
just
the
go check
epic
us out.
verse. I'm gonna fix it, and I'll also drop that one
Okay.
in the description. So anybody watching this back, go check. His links will all be in the description
There
down
are lots of
here.
links. Yeah.
Lots of links. Yeah.
Thank
but
you for
thanks,
having
Mike.
me.
Yeah, this was so much fun, and thank you. I
Yes.
went a little longer than I normally
Oh,
do.
that's
I try
all
to
right.
keep it at 2 hours, but I mean, we went off. It just happens. We
You
went
went off
off.
the rails. Yeah, and you
We
survived.
did. I did.
Yeah.
And you survived, Americus. I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
Not
apparently,
everyone
maybe.
can. Maybe
But
we'll see what happens.
might find him in a dark alley. He just pulls off my ears and runs away with them.
He
Yeah.
pulls off your ears. They are
Yeah.
prosthetics. Ha-ha.
They are prosthetic. They come right off. He's like, haha. Yeah. I don't have a backup set, so I'll just have to hide them from now on. Yeah.
Well, we'll work on getting you a backup set. GoFundMe for Mike's backup ears. Let's do it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thank you, Mike, for hanging out. Everyone, go follow him. The links are down there, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye. Oop, wait, wrong one. Okay, now bye.
Bye.